thing, it wouldn't be a game.
Now you're playing passing
No,
games.
because no, hold on, because you don't want me to hold you accountable for what you said. That's what it is. You running from the conversation. Don't run from the conversation. You're stronger than that. You from East End. Let me get the other representative online. You from East End.
I'll express my position on the matter. My position on the matter is clear. I don't think anything is involved in that is what is going on.
It's not with me. You want to have a discussion with the deputy. He said, no.
My job is to express my position on the matter. And I think that's
oh yes, it's smooth and free. But sadly, Eric William passed away. This ship hit rough water that day. Someone turned the bridge over to a captain named Chambers. Me blood crawl, things start to fall. Hold me head when I sail a ball. Captain, this ship is sinking. Captain, the seas are rough. Oh yes, we gas tank almost 17 no electricity. We oil pressure reading.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Out, this is King Alibaba. I represent for the International Morning Right Show. You know, told you. Out, this is King Alibaba, straight out of Make Money Record. I represent for what you don't know, the International Morning Right Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with all the five master man like Gadai. See me told you. Out, this is King Alibaba, straight out of Make Money Record. Jamaica, I represent for the International Morning Right Show. Every Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with all the five master Gadai. See me told you.
Mayday. Wow, we just coming across from the British Virgin Islands. My God. If I get this lined up properly. Captain, Mayday. Heritage, get on board, Heritage. My God. Bridge over. Why? Captain, the ship is sinking. Mayday. Checking for the right sounds. Checkings. Yes, I. What is going to be the remnants? What is going to be the remnants? The remnants of a great people. I wonder if we still have lines over there. Hold on. My God. Let's go over them and suck number one. Yes.
as a volunteer.
I am a DJ. Pull that up and get it. Pull it.
But what I will not do
all right, we ain't gonna go back and forth. We have a call on the line. Let's see what.
We're broadcasting live here, live with Living Colors, and we just want to say let's love and share, like and care.
That's what happened, and sometimes you'll never know the truth behind some of these agendas. Were totally there. You'll never know what's going on. But we have been in one man.
Carla,
I listen to
respect,
you now.
respect,
Go ahead.
respect. I respect what you're saying. Marlon, Honorable, we're going to have a drink later, and you know how we're going to live. We're going to live together regardless of what. It's not personal. So, my disclaimer is this. To the government who are listening, I love Ayo. I love Ayo. You know this. I love Ayo. Willak, I know you're listening. I love Ayo. But I, Sam Henry, along with who support me,
Let's see what's
we ain't
popping.
standing for no kind of private conversation.
Okay.
Going after England, having no meeting.
That
with
is
no
Sam
governor.
We
said it here before. We're going to say it
pushing it
again.
live here on
We are willing
Fresh
to
Radio
stand with
Vibes.
Ayo side by
We're
side,
live on
all
YouTube
13 of
also.
Ayo.
Yes.
Before I go after England, down in
Wow.
front of the governor's office, telling the governor that we the people need to have access to this report regardless of what's in it. If the
I didn't want to
government
get
fall,
into it
falls,
this morning,
but
you
it
know
has
what
to
I mean?
fall because we accept the terms and conditions.
But of course,
we ain't going
we're all
to
over the
listen to
globe. We're all
nobody when
over
them come back
planet
from
Earth
England. I know
right
fully
now.
well. Before I go over there, them white boy over there, I hate if it sounds racist.
We're live.
Them white people over there, because I ain't got no black people. Them white people over there already done decide on their plan for our country. We are a bunch of black people down here running this country, and we are doing well. And we ain't gonna allow them to take away our advancement. So, Premier, you're listening. You're overseas. I love you to death. I believe in your leadership. But nonetheless, you must show better leadership.
Let's see who is on the line.
I know you're listening. I know you're listening. Sheep, I know you're listening.
My God, listen that plea, listen that
I
plea.
ain't telling I ain't nothing of hate.
Wow,
It's
Sam
pure
sounds
love.
like he's
But we
begging.
need to come together. We need to come together. I need to have public meetings so the people them know exactly
yes,
what's in
I.
our head. Premier, you hire a team of liars. Them team of liars should be advising us before them go off.
Love and share, like and
come up
care.
with a strategy. The PR firm that you hired, that PR firm should be talking to us so we can all strategize on the way forward. So that's my disclaimer. I gonna support the majority of the people. The people saying they want representation. So if I ain't showing good representation, I need to stop where I am right now. Consider what the people am saying. The people am are upset. We want to see what's in this report. We want to be able to consult with the IO before I go off. And whatever our argument is when I go after
Wow.
England, it has to be our argument, not
Let's
our
see if
argument.
we can
Our
bring
argument. And it can only be our argument if
some-
you talk to us first.
That is
Is that
Sam
clear?
Henry, and
Good. Next.
you know, he's blasting some things. Now, I didn't want to get into this bacchanal so early, but it's going to come out, and I think that we are at a very crucial time. I hope Kenny can join us today and we can get a one chat. Now, yesterday I sent out a bulletin via Fresh Radio Vibes, and it reached to a lot of office. I sent it to Heritage, send it to a lot of people, and you know, it's getting rotation. It's from Cindy, and Cindy is one of the top, you know, person inside the BVI, where, you know, they look through a lot of scope. Claude Skelton, Klein also, you know, a lot of these top-notch, you know, the British Virgin Islands people. Listen, this is a place where I lived for 17 years. We work on the radio airwaves, and this is where we build this great level of intellectual power. Now we have some brothers and sisters over there who, they're in a pickle right now. They're in a pickle. A predicament, for a better word. Because, hold on, I think Heritage are link up. Walk on fire, youth. Walk on fire.
Them man break the man's spirit, man.
Yo, right now, Sam, as Mr. Sam is leading this momentum, and we have to just make him carry it where it go, because now is the time for us to unite the governor and everybody else, and them get more fire for them food that them go cook.
But something, the questions, where that...
Where you say a while ago? Yes, I. Big
Well, why he didn't do more MD egg now. You understand?
Where you say, why Marlon never answer the question?
So I with Sam on that but like it go at that because them do what them have to, but them will never push the status quo.
Yeah, well, Sam know the credibility of Marlon, and Sam is beating up on Marlon and know say, when Marlon has a help, and a Marlon him for call out. Him know some for call out the big boys, them Ronnie and them man, put them things in place. So Marlon is just a junior in the NDP. What Sam do now, Sam use experience in the club and I beat up the junior chicken and I make a junior chicken. Him can't talk to so and the younger than Daddy Smurf. You know what I mean? So right now, we don't really heritage.
I know I can hear him 10 voice expert get broken.
Yeah, but this is a very serious predicament still, my lord. I send documents to you and we take it very lightly. But this document you have a governor has said that him a go choose a time when him a go release this. Why him have the power then, my lord? Why?
Come here, you is fucking slaves, my brother.
What?
Sadly.
2022?
Yeah.
2022 and our youths them are slave?
Why? It's frustrating, King, but I know, I want to go, but no. So,
Yo, the last time we marched upon the governor, the governor left the island, And I wonder if none of the lion them down there now roar, cause me love what you do, cause Sam for bring out all the jaguar go fight the corporation, all the bird from the sky I go fight the corporation, cause the righteousness exalted the nation, And we not back down from that, no time no day.
So when you see the people in my ball and you come at 10 sideways, most of them is NDP in their hat. Sam still asking good questions even though he rock up the fucking man.
Yeah, but Sam in himself, him still hang over the VIP credibility, but a NDP give him the money. If you go look about him eyesight, him too ungrateful. Him need to put aside them foolish thing there and deal with a level where the people them can motivate in unity. If you notice in our heritage, after we march upon the government, and them hijack it in the Dr. Pickering and Bishop Klein, them carry the thing in a political thing, but the people them they on a national call Sam make upon the radio station right now.
So you side Sam, well call in.
Sam not gonna talk to me because Sam don't want to talk to people like me, King.
That's bullshit, my boy. Try
right,
how
no.
you keep saying that, you don't even try.
All right, we're gonna link the line, King, because we don't fear no one, we want the people to stand together.
441-1005.
All right, my lord.
Yes.
441-1005. People, we're gonna link over there. So big up to the High Priest Maroon office, because the Maroon office is live and well, and we say, yo, give praises enough for the one call in, at 260-209-8730. But as we say, we're listening what is happening in 2022, where the government of the British Virgin Islands is being put in a predicament now, where they are saying that, listen, we're not gonna run like Turks and Caicos, but I did predict all of this long before leaving the British Virgin Islands. Yes, I did say these things. I said these things, and when I said it, a lot of people say, God, it's sight beyond sight. People say that you're not from here, so you're not supposed to have that momentum. Let's head over back and hear what the panel is saying right now.
Yeah, I just want to, I'm leaving the cup. I just want to thank the audience and the public for the opportunity to express our position to them. I think I've been very clear in terms of what has happened, the timeline, and what my position has been on this matter.
Ships, we need bigger ships. We need to ensure that when them ships reach here, all the conditions are met and the people have to come and feel good. And you know what? Most of the people who come off them ships, the first thing they say? I had some people last week tell me, man, as soon as them touch the dock, and say, wow, what a wonderful place. It ain't as hostile as some of the other destinations. Go ahead, Carla.
Yeah, good morning. Right now, I don't think the Premier should have been out of the country right now with what's going on, because we don't know which road we're going to take right now towards this, have to travel to England. So why are we wasting that money? He could have let the tourist board facilitate them. He didn't need to be there. Thank you.
Point taken, Carla. I disagree. Nothing wrong with the premier
No,
being.
you're defending. You're not disagreeing. You're defending.
Go ahead,
the
Carla.
premier.
You live.
Be honest, Sam. Say what
Grand
you want.
Rising.
Say what you are doing.
Good
Don't
blessing,
know
brother.
what you're
Grand
saying.
Rising.
Disingenuous.
I-
The premier has.
Guys, what going on, my son?
Well, go on, Sam. What is up? Let me let Damien
Only
finish.
because I hosted the show, I can
Go
listen
ahead,
to
Carla.
you.
You
know.
live.
Damien was
Only
saying,
because
I
you hear me call
Grand
Jamaica
Rising.
name this
Good
morning.
blessing,
Yes,
brother.
I love Jamaica.
Grand
I love
Rising.
the cultural identity.
Guys,
I
what
love
going
the
on, my
food.
son?
Yes.
I love
Well,
Jamaican
go on,
ladies.
Sam. What is
Yes,
Only
guys.
because I
yes,
hosted the
talk
show, I
to
can
me.
listen to you, you know.
Well,
Only
Sam,
because,
you know,
because you hear me call Jamaica name this morning. Yes, I love Jamaica.
Yes.
I love the cultural identity. I
Yep,
love the food.
all right.
I love Jamaican
Yes,
ladies. Yes, garage. Yes, talk
Wait.
to me.
You know all of those details.
Well,
We need to
Sam,
call
you
for
know,
all of those things.
it's-
I like the job that Heritage is allowing you to do to our people.
Oh,
Yes.
you got delay. Turn down your radio.
Yeah,
Look like you want to hear yourself
I'm
on Tola Radio. Tola Radio to the wall. What part of the wall you got, right?
You know all of those details, Sam. We didn't call for all of those things. But like the job that Heritage is allowing you to do to our people. You
Thank
know,
God
you're
for
opening
Heritage,
up.
my
You're
son.
opening up. Yeah, you're.
Garage, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Garage.
Garage. Oh,
No,
wait,
this
wait.
ain't Garage.
Okay, sorry, you got cut out. Garage, call us
sorry.
back. Call us back. Sorry about that. You're calling on WhatsApp. That's what happened. Go ahead,
All right.
caller.
Yeah, sorry. I just waiting to hear the lady. Get a lady to right away now.
No.
Minutes to
I got a
11.
whole another hour is hers. The next hour is hers. Don't worry.
No, my
All
hour
right,
was from
good,
10
good.
a.m.
Yeah, don't worry. She ain't gonna leave us. She
I
ain't
am
gonna leave us.
working.
Garage, sorry about that, man. I just realized when you call on WhatsApp, we can't answer
Yo,
the two at the
Sam.
same time. Go ahead.
Sam, I know that you would never sabotage a good bridge like
Oh, this guy
that,
got
you
another
know?
call coming in, and because you on WhatsApp, the regular call overpower the WhatsApp. That's what happened. But go ahead. No, I'm waiting for you.
Okay, but what I'm saying, Sam, now is not the time to divide. It was never a time to divide, you know, Sam. There's a time and place for everything. You and I know that you have children, Sam. Don't, right?
Of course.
You don't want to see your children suffer, right, Sam?
None of them.
No one wants to see their children suffer, whether I'm related to you or not. You see, the compassion that I came to that island and found in 2001, when the country was at a very stable time, when they had to climb, they had no other way but up. And there was derogatory elements within the community that wanted to divide because of their own personal gain, because the territory is wealthy, you know, Sam. And the crown know the wealth of the territory, but the people who are in power does not give the people on the ground their true wealth. You and I know that, Sam. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. I'm
So,
go ahead.
so with us seeing that we have a common injustice among our people, don't you think we need to fix that problem, Sam?
Of course.
And we start fixing it by fixing ourselves, right? The wrongs that we're doing to ourselves, we need to correct it, right, Sam?
Correct.
So the ministers that are there who have been abstaining from doing the right for all, not just some are related by last name and where they're from, but all who have contributed, you don't think that need to be fixed, Sam?
Correct. All of that's correct.
Then when you do that, then the governor won't have a say over our people, but he's looking at how we're treating each other and laughing at us. And then use these common thing from the Commission of Inquiry to use a one apartment or an extra bus as a recompense for taking away the people's rights. Sam, does that make sense in 2022?
Correct.
So let's fix the problem, Sam. Get along with your brothers and sisters. I know that the premier is listening. And of course, the boat show and everything look very beautiful. But the rights of our people is paramount to any glitz or glamour that they're going to give us. Because when the ports start to be occupied by Caucasians and not our own brothers and sisters, a lot of people who shout out, "I from here" will not matter anymore.
Well,
Yes, sir.
you know
Yes,
there's an attempt. There's an attempt. It's called a white paper. It dropped a couple years ago here in the BVI and all the overseas territory. And one of the conditions in that white paper is that England is proposing that persons from other jurisdiction would be able to come to one another jurisdiction, set up camp, and be able to run in our election, our local election, and be just like you and I who are from here, are from the destination. Now, the problem I have with that is that they're looking for place to go and control and manipulate. They're looking for economies around the world where they can dictate and control. And we got to be very mindful of that
No,
tactic.
but my brother, over the years, the spoils and benefits of the crown has leaked down to our brothers who are in power. When the premier get up the other day and said that he was going to look at the people's poor expatriates who live there over a certain amount of time and give them their rights, he rebut on those things. It is not the crown who is doing our people the harm, because the governor is sitting back and laughing, saying, "What, I'm going to let them go against themselves." We have been blessed as a people. The British Virgin Islands is a drool. But yet still, the people who is the main commodity, the most important thing, is not getting treated like royalty. Look around you, Sam. I'm living in the United States right now. I can tell you, benefits that are available here, of course, is from a continental level. But for a small population of less than 50,000, that has $1 trillion record on the stock market, we need to question our leaders. Why do we have such billionaires and millionaires living among us, getting all the spoils and benefit, and the locals are suffering? Why are we having so much offshore banking where trillions of dollars are going out, but the benefits that with those money don't come to the people? And then our leaders sign some little small trinket agreements, small little things to distract us and tell us that they're working. You're not working, Sam. You're actually benefiting for yourself. Look, all the leaders who go into power come out wealthy and the country poor. The people are poor. That's not a good leadership quality. Where there's no vision, the people perish.
Definitely.
So I'm asking you, last but not least, I'm asking you, Sam, take it easy on our brothers and sisters, because they're doing the politicians a favor even to think about joining with them, because they've been treated bad and they have sense. And I'm asking them once again, it is a crown against the people, but this time make sure that when we go against the crown, it is for independence of our rights, because we don't work with privilege. Privilege are for slaves. We are not slaves. We are people. So we need our rights. And thank you so much, Sam, for having me this morning. Keep it for us, bro.
But just so before you go, I don't want you to comment, but I want to make sure you hear what I'm about to say. The premier, one of the first action the premier took when he came into this country, two of them. The Fast Track Initiative, most of our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean who benefited from that. Bam. Secondly, the premier went on a tour around the Caribbean, forging and building closer relationship with our Caribbean brothers and sisters, because I believe the premier understands if we don't build a alliance on our own people.
But the benefits don't speak. He charge Western Union and MoneyGram. He ump up
that's a different argument. That's a different
cows and not the common man.
He's
the common man himself.
That's a different argument, but nonetheless, that did take place.
Yes.
But Gadites, even in that measure, I sit on the scholarship board. And we are now, my minister just this week or last week, opened up the scholarship board application process now for more students. And many of the people who are applying for scholarships or people who parents ain't from here contributing to the economy, paying money for in Western Union to
Sam.
send money back home. Hold on, people are benefiting. The same people who are paying into it are also benefiting from it.
Sam.
Their
What
children
I'm
is
saying
benefiting from it.
But what I'm saying is, Sam, if you're going to charge the man with the 9 to 5, charge the trust companies too.
No,
Because
we have that same opinion.
Hold on,
That's
Sam.
gonna
The
come.
said night that stick goat. The state said no, but this is what I'm saying. You know who you should call up? Call up Mr. McTavius, man. If you want to get answers about the people's wealth of the territory, don't sit there. Hold on. Don't tell the people what they can't. As long as we cut a check for you, you can and you will. You will not hide me and start up anymore.
He's no longer involved with
Well,
FSC,
listen to me. Well, call the Honorable Ronnie Skelton. Call people who have dibbled their hands into the people's wealth and can deliver the answers. Don't ask poor Marlon. This is above poor Marlon pay grade. You and I know this. Listen to me. This is. Why don't you call Mr. Gaskin? Call Mr. Wendell Gaskin if you want to get answers about the people's money, Sam. Yeah. Don't beat up on Damien and make Damien look like a bad guy. Damien barely have 2 houses.
We don't beat up on nobody.
Thanks, guys.
Leave it here for this morning. Big up yourself, Damien, and let the woman talk, please. Let the woman talk.
We appreciate that. I gotta get to her right now, but I don't know why my boss. Beautiful guest, and he ain't telling me ahead of time, and then the conversation gets so involved and heated, and then people are like, anyway. But first of all, before I move to the guest,
I'm gonna get over
wifey,
we
I love you.
Big time.
The whole comment about Jamaican ladies, I love American ladies as well, and you know this. I married to one. Y'all ain't nobody come between me and you, so don't stress
We're gonna
yourself.
head out live. We're live here. Tolerado. Big up yourself. Big up yourself, Tolerado. Yeah, what a setting. Love it. The fight is on anyway. The fight is on.
I love my women, period. But you know I love you.
And that is Sam Henry. I had to go over there and
anyway, guys,
straighten up a thing, get it sorted out, because the strength of our people is not measured by, a small percentage of individual. It's all for one and one for all. As I said, we're going to be here until 2 o'clock, and we are born a fire. Praise ye Jah. Hail the Emperor. So as I said, hail the Emperor. Big up to my brethren Heritage. Yeah, we have to always lend a fire, man, because the people, them know what time it is. Our phone lines are open, as I said. Big up the educators. Big up Fresh Radio Vibes. Big up Vanessa over there. And also, big up DJ Uhuru inside of the building. We're gonna keep pumping it and see what's popping. And as what we were talking about is the British Virgin Islands now in 2022 is looking at a very suspicious move by the UK. And Cindy came on board. She is saying that she wants to make it clear. I want to be as clear as possible on the position as it relates to the release of the Commission of Inquiry report. Yes, it is saying here that and the future of these Virgin Islands. The people of the Virgin Islands are firm on our position that we must see the contents of said report before anyone heads off to the UK to discuss or determine our fate or future. This is a serious thing. Secondly, Governor, please inform the UK that we will not accept a suspension of our constitution. Secondly, we will not take the appropriate step with those who are responsible. You, UK, in yourself have been complicit in the action being carried out in this territory for decades. You have turned a blind eye. You are responsible for what we are dealing with this moment. Serious situation. Let's see if I can get Wendy on the line. Wendy, I always try to get her because Wendy always talk her mind and see what's going on. It's the Grand Rising show, and we're going to be here until 2. Rascadites here. You've just seen the link over there that we kicked in when it comes in to the British Virgin Islands. Smokey was there, yeah, and you know, this is so serious, you know, because here we have a country that is in a quagmire. Yes, we have a country that is dealing with situation that politically a lot of people they don't see the danger, because our people have been taught to include themselves and just live life, you know. I don't know what they call include, but we're going to try to put some power to the punch this morning. The phone line is 260-209-8730.
Who put this country in this crisis? Who put this country in this crisis? You could fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. You know, I know, they put their hand in the cookie jar. You know, I know, they be tampering with the cookie jar. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. VIP stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you couldn't be. Then NDP stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you couldn't be. Then who all they do the pointing finger? Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame, so them pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame, so them pointing fingers. Number one stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Who me? Yes, you couldn't be. Then number two stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Who me? Yes, you couldn't be. Then all they do the pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame, so them pointing fingers. I say man, pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame, so them pointing fingers. Three stole the Who put this country in this crisis? You could fool some of the people, some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. You know, I know, they put their hand in the cookie jar. You know, I know, they be tampering with the cookie jar. The jar ain't leaking, but the cookie missing. The jar ain't leaking, but
The phone lines are open right now.
stole the cookie from the cookie jar. To me, yes, you couldn't be. Then NDP stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you couldn't be. Then who all they do the pointing fingers? Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame, but they pointing fingers. I say man, they pointing fingers. Everybody pointing fingers. Nobody want to take the blame, so they pointing fingers. Number one stole the cookie from the cookie jar. Yes, you couldn't be. Then number two stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
Yeah,
greetings.
Yeah, I'm trying to reach PSI Radio. PSI Media House. Can I speak to Kenny? I'm trying to find the cookie. The cookie.
Greetings.
What's up, Kenny? You know that this morning I wake up and you were in my vision, you know. You sleep well?
Me cool, you know. Me always rest well, always. I lock out everything at night before I go to my bed. So no hand me. Once you see me hit that the pillar, then no hand me. That's why me lock out them backside. Lock them out.
You get a good night's sleep, huh?
Always.
Kenny, you know, I went to bed last night and I don't have the tendency to actually go to bed and vision foolishness. Kenny, I am visioning Mayday. Does that mean anything to you, Kenny? Mayday. And that's what came up in my vision.
Mayday is a place in Mandeville.
Hold on, Kenny. Are you... Kenny.
I'm not sure if that is an emergency call, but Mayday is a neighboring village in Mandeville. I'm not sure.
Kenny, you've been residing in the British Virgin Islands for quite a long time, and May has come and gone, and never ever have I dreamed and seen and hear such a clear calling as to Mayday, Mayday, and you on location with a white sheet. This is not Hurricane Irma, you know. This is, can it come clean? Because I'm going to get some more people here. Kenny, this is Mayday, Kenny. Talk to me. Is everything copacetic in your neck of the woods? Come on.
I could tell you this, you know, maybe you're quite a visionary. You're seeing maybe you're seeing the greater.
All right. Let me bring it up to scratch. People, I just came off Tola Radio, and Sam was over there, and here we have a Mayday call. I sent it to Kenny. Kenny said that Gadites, I look it over, but it seemed like Ukraine has taken over PSI Radio, and right in your backyard where the bombs are manufactured, you have you looked at this Mayday where the governor have some specific job to do in May? Are you looking at it, Kenny? I just want to find
I'll tell you this, you see, it is, as I mentioned it was Monday night on the Raw Truth, I mentioned it. And I think it is something that I'm not sure if maybe it is for good reasons why politicians keep BVI people stupid, you know, because when the day is done, when people's minds are closed to what is practical, and when they can't think for themselves, then nothing alarms them, regardless of the...
Hold. If you're going to come with such hogwash, Kenny, when it's in the speculation here that one of the requisite to one of the conditions as to surrender, I don't know if you want to call it surrender or bend over, they have to suspend the Constitution.
Well, that's the point. If this is not alarming to the people, to local people, then I don't know what the hell else will be. You see, if nothing happening here is going to raise a hell of an alarm, then that's the level of the ignorance. Ignorance is a mild word to use here. Absolutely mild.
No, but Kenny, our international audience are listening, and I want to say Grand Rising. Kenny, when in 2022 have you seen such barbaric approach from the crown? This, you don't even deal with commoners like this, Kenny.
Well, I tell you, my beloved brother, listen well. The crown has done its job well over the past maybe 4 or 5 years.
Hold on, Kenny, you cannot...
Hold on. Let me finish. Yes. Over the past couple centuries, the crown has been doing a darn good job of abrogating the rights of people, thieving people's lands, doing all that has been happening. And when the day is done, we have become so accustomed to it to the point where it doesn't matter what they do anymore. People tend to just pass with a blind eye, and that's it. It doesn't mean much to anyone.
Right.
It's very sad we have come to this point, but it's unfortunate. That's true.
Kenny, I just want to say that when you see a surrender note where you have to surrender, Britain itself, the UK, does not have a constitution, but it's saying that the BVI, the governor, will suspend the constitution, and he will also...
Good morning.
He will hold on, Etta, because I'm reading you have your COI report, Etta, the Commission of Inquiry. I have the report here.
No, I need it.
You need it.
I told you I'm going to work on getting it today.
My God. Etta, I'm talking to Kenny, and this look like prison, that slavery 2022. Any demonstration on the ground, Kenny? Anybody burning any woods? Anybody? What's happening on the ground? Everybody going to what?
No, but again, but let me say good morning to Miss P. I respect my sister. Yeah. It's our fault, you know, brother Gadites. It's our fault, and I tell you why. Again, I say, if politicians have succeeded to keep people so dumbed down and mentally disconnected from the facts, to the point where we can't use our brain to figure out what is happening in a way that we can make decisions for ourselves, in a way that we can relate to this issue, even around the dining table. We're in a serious condition.
And that the politicians don't want you to have a say. The people are so scared. They're so terrified now that they're even afraid to say hi.
Every time you come with this, people are so scared. I am not buying that. I am not buying this pussycat approach. I believe that people No. People are bold and brave when it suits them. Right now, Etta.
No,
right now,
these people are scared.
Etta.
They are scared, guys. Because listen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, guys.
Yeah.
These people have some people behind them that don't mind doing trigger hunting. Yeah.
Hold on them. My God.
Yes, and the talk is on the street. I am always on the radio station, and it's like, you ain't scared to come after you. You ain't scared to kill you. You keep all the people on radio. You're mashing on some con. You're upsetting people. You're opening some worm. You're afraid to dead. There's a threat people coming to me with on a daily basis. Don't go back on that radio. Watch what you're saying about the people.
Etta.
These people got people that is gang members.
Etta. And I'm gonna say this loud and clear. Etta, every single day where I go on my radio station, I give thanks because I get to do a job where a lot of people only dream to do. And a lot of people look for me and tell me, say, Gadites, I do no work. But you see right now, Gadites, you see Etta and Kenny, when we look among us and we see we are unfold, more than 10 years ago, at this window said, don't. Any one of you here can deny that what we're seeing right now is the revelation of things that we all right then. Then Etta.
No.
We see
because now the people don't have the plain facts, not the truth. That's the next thing.
No,
why is it that the public don't have the CIO report in their hands?
Because
why we can't have access?
Because Etta,
it should be online.
It is not your concern. If it was your concern, you'd have take it up as force. May I try get Nancy a pen on the line?
It is my concern.
Yeah, no, but
I spoke about it.
It only concern you because them are talk about it.
No, but let's face it, let's face it, guys. When the day is over, because it's a frightening fact,
Yes.
What Miss P is saying right now is absolutely frightening, and again, it goes exactly right back to what I was saying earlier. If people are sensitized to these facts, yet everybody seems to, as she rightly said, hiding under them bed, hiding underneath the stove, hiding behind the fridge.
Yes, they're hiding.
Because everybody is afraid. Then what else do you expect within this community? If it means that things have to go fall apart and everybody drop on them face and a brick drop out of heaven and crush everybody flat, pulverized. If that has to happen to wake up this nation, then let it happen.
Jesus.
We cannot live like this and succeed. Period.
Jesus.
And where people are even afraid to speak for their own family, for their self, for their own sustenance, to their own benefit. Do you understand how serious this crap is, brother?
So greetings. So let me say this. Sister Ayata, she's joining us from the land of Africa, Ghana, and they're asking Kenny that the Constitution be suspended in the British Virgin Islands. That simply means that House of Assembly will be suspended, right? That means that the politicians will not be of any use to the people, just like what they did in Turks and Caicos, right?
Well, I tell you what, it's a recipe to whip. Listen well. It's the recipe to whip the territories into submission, to conform with the standards as established, not only by Britain, but by the United Nations. You think this is a joke we are right now, brother?
Yes, yes.
Right, because you see, when I was speaking out, and okay, the government is not doing right, the government owing people money, the government need to pay up the Jews, the government need to stop handcuffing, they need to stop victimizing, they need to stop this, they need to stop that. This is what going to happen. You know what the people them tell me on the street? Who tell you so? The people them, I tell you, people them brainwash. I never see people them
brainwash. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yes, you're right. Absolutely correct.
All there.
That's absolutely what it is.
All there. We're facing a gigantic problem here, and we have to find the solution. We have Kenny from PSI. We have Etta also, and we have Sister Ayata. She's in her bed. I think. What time is it over on the mainland right now, Sister?
It's 3:25 here in Ghana, West Africa.
3:25. You hear what? You hear the condition that the Commission of Inquiry is asking your homeland to do. Give up their rights for privileges. What do you think about that?
You're talking to me?
Yes, sister.
Repeat.
The Commission of Inquiry has just put out information that the governor will have the right to suspend the Constitution and dissolve the House of Assembly in the British Virgin Islands come May. What's your take on that?
What? The governor? You mean England governor or the Premier? Which one?
Etta, you're on the ground. You want to say it for her because Sister Sharon likes you. The governor that works for the crown. The governor that works for the crown. Not the Premier.
Okay. I'm always say the bar's in a nut. The bar's got a noose around it.
Oh, Jesus.
Mercy.
Wow.
Them can't turn, they can't lift. Them bars get squeezed.
Sharon, there's a ball squeezing going on down in the BVI. Get it?
Please, God, let me get what you're saying right.
Yes.
So you're saying our governor from the UK have all right to squeeze and harass them politicians for Tatola.
Now, I am not saying that. That is some of the conditions that the Commission of Inquiry is asking for.
Huh?
Yeah.
No, it can't be.
All right, hold on. It says here, hold on. Cindy, I'm quoting from what Cindy, an inside source, said. She said that, Governor, please advise that the UK that their options are to dissolve the House of Assembly per our Constitution, call elections within 2 months after having any culprit sit out an election or two, and other recommendation per the Constitution. The BVI is not the Turks and Caicos. An international incident is awaiting to happen. I would hate that, but the ground isn't sounding good. You, the governor, the overseas minister, and the UK must involve the people of the Virgin Islands. Work with us. Anything else will be rejected. And that does that sound like a threat, Kenny?
Can I answer? Will answer? Can I jump in here?
Yeah.
You mean Cindy on the local front wrote that, right?
Yes.
No, but if that is her position, it's a very that also is a very serious position as well, because it shows a lack of knowledge of the facts on the ground in relation to one, who the governor is, two, who are the people of the BVI, three, their rights as a people for self sustenance,
governance, self-governance.
And moving forward, if the people of the BVI will look, but then again, it seems to me, sir, and this has been one of the greater problems I've had, where the people of the BVI prefer to have the governor in place, as I said a while ago, to squeeze the balls of politicians in this territory. Now, is that a bad or a good thing? That is for the people to decide, but they prefer to know that England has a noose around the neck of politicians to keep them in line, because they swear anyhow politicians are allowed to do what they want to do. they are going to get seriously out of line. And that is one of the biggest concerns I've been picking up on the ground. I don't know where you are with that.
Well, Sharon still hasn't recovered from the
She can't recover. She can't recover from that.
Yeah, her country is up for sale. Her country is up for sale. It's not even up for sale. Because let's look at it, right? In the year 20, after 2017, when Andrew and the conglomerate went over to England to get a secure loan for was it 300,000 or 300 million? I can't recall. I have the papers here.
300 million, man.
This is what led to the noose around the goat neck, and now they're having curry goat. Sharon, do you think the governor should take over the rulership of your homeland at this time?
Well, right now, the governor don't have to, but he could be with the people that we will select, that we hope trust to do the right thing, that they didn't care. We select some responsible policy who will have the best interest of the people of Tortola, not Tortolians. Of the people of Tortola, that they can't bond or whatever, to be responsible why he be the overseer at the same time. To make
Sharon, it seems like the FOI, yes, they're cutting into your connection terribly. We know that our links are very strong, but you will have these gigabytes that will...
the weather.
Yes. I'm trying to add Benito.
King in the weeds.
I'm sorry. We didn't get 3/4 way a while ago, Sister Yata.
She said.
Yes, what she said.
That.
Okay, let me speak a little.
Sister Ayata, hang up and make me call you back again. Etta, you wanted to do some translation because we are beat pan time, We have Jamaica over there with the Maroons and build up a fire over there too. So you have Etta, what you were saying, because you were hearing Sharon clear.
Yes, Sharon was saying that it should have responsible people. They have to be pussy, Tortolian, but people who have a care and a love for the country.
Yeah.
And the governor can be the overseer.
So seeing that you're making, may have a list here. Because remember me give you one list long time, Etta. Kenny, you did get the list too, right?
Uh-huh.
Kenny, you got the list too. Yes. Now, give me some name what we can call now. Kenny, start with you. Who we can pick out pack for lead it?
I pick it myself.
You want to lead Etta, all right?
Yes.
Kenny. Like Kenny gonna drink some Camille porridge. This is how Kenny is a man that now left out him roots thing.
That is fine. I like the white girl Wendy.
Oh,
for some reason
Wendy's a wildfire.
I get in her. But I'm trying to get back Kenny on the line. What you were saying, Etta?
You see, you need wildfires to be in strategic places to out the fires from certain places. You can't put the wildfire in the pot, as to say.
Well, it's not about this is it now. You don't think it's too late? I wonder if Smokey Joe would come on the line, Sister Joyce. You don't think it's
It's never too late.
It's never too late. After all those, yes.
It is never too late, eh? But the thing is now.
Yes.
As I said before, when certain people get into power, they head the swell. And when the head swell, they can't get the swelling go down. No matter who around them trying to give them the right medication or the right stuff to get the swelling down. And this is what has happened to our country. Them in power head swell so bad that even them own people working with them, they can't communicate well. They have no say. They say no democratic country anymore. I've been saying it for years. It's not a democratic country. It's a dictatorship country.
Can I jump in here? My beloved brother.
Yes.
Because you asked me a question earlier, I wasn't even able to answer, but Sister Etta is doing well. I tell you what.
Yeah.
From the point of view where people like Etta Pemberton, people like without calling names, fresh blood, young minds, fresh minds.
Yeah.
Who are visionaries for their own country, so what they want to see. If this is not the set that is going to wake up now and jump on the boat to row hard as hell to get it to the shore, the days for conventional politicians are done. They can't help this territory.
Done with.
They can't help the people.
But Kenny, we've been shouting wolf for quite a while. Marlon came out, Mitch came out, but then everybody else, so one day everybody came to the altar, but they eat the belly full and they walk away. The people are left right now with an inclusion that several of them don't know nothing about. Kenny, you for
well,
one...
that is what...
I have.
This is what politics does to people who enter, brother.
But hold on. This is why a minute territory like the British Virgin Islands these people should have known better, because you have 3 individuals on the phone line. I can ask one question and I will get one answer from all of you. The question is, the hurricane relief funds, have any of you received any funds at all?
Until now, I say fixing house. Not even a penny.
I said one word. I said one word. No. So
big patterns, big bold and simple. First thing you're going to hear, you're not from here. That's the first thing you're going to hear, you're not from here. That's the first thing.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
And when I talk like this, people don't like when I talk like this, but if there is one thing I want the governor to cut from the root out of this territory, is this buzz about who from here and who not from here and local and belong and garbage pile. It needs to be eliminated.
I hate that. I hate it. From time I come home, they come about, I can't hear. What the hell? Fan on earth. And let me tell you something. When I was down here, the hurricane, I was down here 2017, okay? I went to the British Embassy here for help. You know, they tell me the only thing they could do for me is send me to England. And they tell me my position is that I don't really have all the rights for UK. I only have some rights. So let me tell you, the people in the Caribbean who under them have to realize there is not all the way for us. And for me to get back to my country and get support, they tell me my family. Who is my family? You're Californian. And the people live there.
Yes.
So telling me I only have certain rights to that UK passport. So I get it right. Okay, I don't know. Get it right. So the government
let
must
me
be there
say this
and be
now.
I think
over us. But
Sharon.
Yeah. We are saying Etta. We are saying Etta.
I've been pushing notion to most of their heads that the most important thing they need to focus on, because they ain't got no army, my God. They ain't got no military service. They ain't part of the Caribbean. They say them by themselves, my Lord. If man put on the side to say he warfare thing, they might know what we going to do. I hope I could find a hole under the ground.
You never said that when the House of Lords said that $30 billion Russian money was down there. But now you have the audacity.
Wait, that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, no, Etta, and this is the ignorance of our people.
Let me finish, no, man.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
Finish, Etta.
Let me finish. Yes, we've been getting the help from all over.
Yes.
But they still
we Etta, so you've been getting help under the quiet then? Because when you include yourself in Etta, hold on, Etta. I know you work for the fire service and you get a little stipend. But let me say this. No, we are talking as grown people.
No, let me stop you there.
All right, try stop me. Try.
Don't take things out of context.
No, sir. No, Etta, get this straight, Etta. No, because you go church with Bishop Klein. No, because you go church with Bishop Klein. Yes.
The people them gathers, let me put it this way, the people them then fail to realize we have nothing for us. We don't have no tourism, no more can enter the dance. Number two, we ain't no full security. We never secure none. And we ain't got no military. The most important things to keep your backside afloat in any country, they have neglected. All they have been doing is putting things in place for them to be satisfied, which is fine. Them up there, they're in the ball play. Most ball players would like to get a home run. No ball player want to go home empty-handed. You understand? So I'm going to kill them. But when you're in feed the outfielders and make sure the outfielders get a little do, then the game going to crush. Now, Tertullians, as I said before, they are quiet, humble people. I ain't going to bash them. They are very quiet and humble. But when you get Tertullians and you mash them big too, and you mash them big too hard, that's when they...
Etta, you're done? You're done, Etta? You're done? Because Etta,
so guys, I ain't done.
But Etta,
I want to say
Etta, you are baby. Etta, now is not the time to baby your people, Etta.
Let nobody finish that statement. Let us finish. I want
now is not the time to come around here and act like you don't know. Because you didn't know already, Etta. Me tell you, say judgment thing that got hard, Etta. Last time Jackie we are beating him, take away all like materialistic things. And him leave.
Listen,
yes.
The judgment could be had, but there's a solution.
Not to the corruption.
Every problem have a solution.
Not to the change.
Every problem.
Repent.
No, every problem have a solution.
Repent.
As I said, they could repent.
It's
or
too
they could
late.
go independent.
Too late.
Because it ain't too late. It's never. I just tell you, it's never too late, Because you might have a child in your house, don't want to go over. Maybe say if you want to stay there 50, 60 years. Till them big grown hand back to one man. But in the end, them still got to get up and go on their own. So they need to
But look here, if I should jump in here with respect to local people, because when it is done now, there are some beautiful people. There are some beautiful people living in this place. I don't care who push up out and say,
silently.
You have some beautiful people in this territory. I will put myself on the line for them because I know them. I have to deal with them. Beautiful people.
Let me call them out. Art Christopher is one. I like that dude, yes, but he's silent. Then you have Dancy Pena, but she's silent. Then you have am I leaving out any names? Because I want to call all the names, but you're silent. Give the club members consent.
You have Mr. Fraser there. He's
silent, yes. You have
you have a lot. That's what I'm saying.
Silent.
They are very silent people.
So know that the ship is sinking, people. All these silent people going drown silently then.
But this is now my point. This is now my point. While we need to make the points very strongly and very clearly in relation to what is happening currently, I am only hoping, because again it goes back to the very fundamental of all of this crap. Right now, the political parties are campaigning like hell very quietly right now. People don't even understand that is what is happening. There's a campaign happening right now for votes as we speak. Now, if this, as you rightly said, the silent people, who are going to take this territory to the place that we all want it to go? Who are going to manage it in a way that we all want to see? If the conventional system has failed and the people are afraid, goes back to what Sister Etta said, afraid to get up. If they are afraid to be heard, if they are afraid to be seen, I need to pack my bag now.
Yes. If that is
right.
Yes.
I had a young man came by me last night.
Yes.
Homegrown in his food, growing food. He bring me some okras.
Yes.
Because I support him as a young youth growing his own things in the PPI. I support him. And when he drop off the okras,
yes,
okra, the first thing he said to me, Miss Pemberton, why don't you run for politics? There's one person I see to help everybody. You don't look at color, you don't look at age, you don't look at the people's personality, you don't. I say I could run for politics if they put down some of the clause because I had some dirty ways. Like I never stand for stupidness and I never allow anybody to bully me or come push me around. So if them could put them clause there out of it where people could stand up for their rights and don't have to worry about, you know, being victimized, of course, it's no problem. But they have to change the ball game concerning how politics is led. Until that, we're going back to the same conventional way of doing politics. We have to be
radical. Yeah, it's not going to change. It's not going to change, you know, Sister Etta, because it's moving to look here. We know what 2022. By 2025, 2030, the entire social global system is going to be in place to facilitate the new world order. That's number one. So that right now, nothing that we see will change.
Yes.
It will get worse. The only way we are going to have a sense of saneness as far as the people are concerned is if the people get up and say, we do not want this for ourselves. We want X, Y, Z, because the conventional parties are not listening to the voice of the people. It is that simple. Until we get to that place, and I'm not even talking about the BVI. It's a general global situation. We have to know what we want as a people.
Hold that thought, because that just shake the room with a 5.5 on the Richter scale. But to think of the audacity in a modern time when you could press one button and the email reach everybody through Digicel. The governor sits on the report for the commission of yes, and he is saying that he's going to let some people walk around with doodoo in their underwear for a couple more weeks, Kenny. How barbaric does that sound? That sounds like you're dealing with cows and goats.
Well, again, I say, sir, if we sit on a lot, you know, and listen, it is with respect to the governor as well, you know. Because the governor can only do no. But
it wasn't the governor who called for the commission. It was the Honorable Dancia Penn. So I think, out of respect, she should at least get the letter. Remember that the Honorable Dancia Penn is the one who came out and said that the country was infested with corruption and she couldn't trust her government. I have the tape here.
You make me laugh. So therefore, I can't beat up the governor. I think the governor is right within his functioning within his rights as a governor to do what he has to do.
Have a heart, Ken.
The only problem I have, my beloved brother, is simply this. Yes, we know we have had a governor for centuries. Yes, we know that the governor has been doing what he has to do. Yes, we know there are political elements to all of this. And yes, we know Britain is going to make sure it put its hands down and make sure that all parties here know that Britain is in charge. That lesson must be sent very quickly.
All that thought, Kenny, I think. Etta.
This is exactly that everybody here knows I am in charge. They don't get it yet, right?
But hold on. With the high intellectuality that we have on the line, we've just been joined by High Priestess, the herbalist from Virgin Gorda. She doesn't mince her words. She got a whole vision the other day of this Mayday mayhem that is coming, the man-made storm that is more terrible than Hurricane Irma and Maria put together with 5 other more hurricanes. Herbalist, how are you doing? Grand Rising, welcome to the panel.
Grand Rising, King. How's everyone doing?
Yes, I have Etta is home, Sister Ayata, and Kenny from PSI Radio. We are talking about this May Day where the governor had the gall to sit on the Commission of Inquiry report and dictating to the leaders of the country when it should be released to the public. How do you feel about this enslavement? This seems like you don't know when you're going to hang, but you know you have a hanging day coming.
Well, slavery was never abolished for the people over here. They had the illusion that they were free, and they believed that rubbish. Ooh. So when you have persons literally saying that they're a proud BVI lander. It's like you're a proud slave.
Yes.
And you don't mind being in your chains as long as you can eat the crumbs of food that is sent your way. You know, and I have been warning them. Now that I'm hearing them talking about, they're on the radio talking about, you know, the colonizers. Fire for that. You know why? These same people, when I used to talk about these colonizers, they tried to see how they could quiet me down. But this is a fire that can never go out ever. So now they want to cry. It's too late. It is too late at this point. The colonizer has you by the balls.
Etta! Etta! My God!
These things are bound to happen. When I told them, I
just said that they have them by a noose by the balls.
They do.
That's why,
when I used to get
that's
on,
why they can't speak.
Yes, I said to them, stop fighting amongst yourself. You have one common enemy, and that is the colonizer. That is your slave master. Stop doing house nigger and field nigger. Stop that shit. Come together and kill the freaking rabbits. Kill it.
Oh, yeah. Why? The woman, hey, listen. Kenny?
No, you see where the fire lies.
Yes.
Because we don't afraid. We know where our spiritual backative come from. And we got who knows. You understand?
No.
That's why now the leaders in charge can't open their mouth because the boxes are full of shit, of course. It's heavy full of shit. And they don't want the shit to be exposed.
But here's
so
the
they
thing,
got to keep quiet.
Sis, look at how things have happened. From over about 3 years ago, when I first started talking on Heritage's show, and anyone can backtrack any of those things, I've been telling them, stop trying to fight the colonizer with the tools of the bullshit he gave you in the name of Constitution. What he gave you are tools to keep yourself enslaved. Then he gives your ass religion, which is another bunch of bullshit. There is no power in what they have given you. They have given you a bunch of things that will keep you going around in circles until they're ready to murder you where you stand.
Yes.
No, I spoke to them. I said, look, do away with religion. Our spirituality is what they actually demonize and call voodoo.
And what I mean and
fire moves
and
wipes out from nowhere when we call it.
No, they ain't afraid of the average people. They have what belongs to us, the power, but ruling the world with it. We was ruling the
No. They don't have.
Sister, let me correct you on that one.
Yes.
They do not have our power. We are the ones who are keeping them alive. They are used. They have given us all of these things from education to religion to the way that they do the Constitution stuff. The only people that are able to turn the cosmos are us. In order to get us to do it for them, they give us what is called miseducation and give us all that bullshit, because whatever it is that we call in our imagination is what that comes forth, because we are the gods of this world.
Because I've been listening, right? Let me tell you this. Who first was the midwife? Who first was the black woman that helped them people to go there? So why is our knowledge and our wisdom is in college, it's in school, and it's in university? Tell me now, who allowed?
I can answer that right away. Sister, I can answer that right away for you.
Yes.
The reason why these people have education is because we taught them. Now we have a bunch of traitors amongst our own people who gave away secrets they were never supposed to have.
Hold on, people. No, we're in the meat of the core, and we're in the meat of the core because this is where we are. We're a territory like the British Virgin Islands we're talking about. I shouted about 10 years ago when I think it was Governor Cameron was there, and I said to Mark Van der Poel, instead of we celebrating a mockery of what emancipation is, we need to really put everything in writing. Now, Governor Cameron was coming from the Turks and Caicos, who had just seized this empire and give it to the crown again, ruling it from the UK.
Right.
Everybody tell me that this can never happen to the BVI. We never ever. But here comes a cookie monster like Julian Willock, Omar Hodge, Skelton Klein, and other individuals who figure more or less that the club association of the British Virgin Islands is more. Yes.
Hold it.
Yes.
You remember that dream I had given you?
Lord, you bought it night. Let me done, not Jesus, peace. Let me done. So the whole thing now. Hold on now. The whole thing is that Dancy Penn get up and said that her brothers and sisters after the hurricane was not transparent enough and she wanted clarity on the situation. Now, after she asked for clarity, the Governor General said, all right, I'm going to put you all together and find out who own house, who own cars and everything. We among the people know that when Claude Skelton Klein got the contract to build the pier at $50 million, then it rise up to $85 million, people were suspicious. When Mark Van der Poel started to clear all of the proceeds from the dock straight to the supermarket, people start to get suspicious. But nobody wanted to talk because Mark was giving a 200 here and a 200 there. And, but people like you and I will get up and say, no, I want 200 for everybody. Them say you're not part of the family. My question to the panel is, now that the club has been exposed and the rottenness among our people is being highlighted, do you think the territory need to suffer, or do we take it on ourselves and hold our people accountable before the UK come start to play Captain Save-A-Ho? Anybody can answer that question.
Well, here's the thing, King. Judgment begins in your house.
Yes, sir.
Judgment always begins in your house.
Yes, sir.
You clean out your house and make sure that you don't have weapons for the enemy to come to use to kill you who's on the inside.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you cut out the branches and you toss them in the fire and you let them burn.
Yes, sir.
So the governor is giving us May before he comes with the rubbish that he's already decided. What do our people do between May and now? Between now and May, because what do we do?
It's not rubbish. It's not rubbish, It's not rubbish, my brother. Yeah. And I've been here listening, and let me agree with the sisters, the matriarchy, very strong arguments. But let me say this, man. Listen. I can only empathize. I'm gonna sound very strange saying this. I can only empathize with the governor at this point, because when the day is done, he can only do what he is allowed to do by the people of the British Virgin Islands.
Okay. Not by the laws. He's doing it by the law.
But when the day is done, sir, hold on. The Constitution does not provide laws. The Constitution is only a set of guidelines issued to governments for governance.
Could you repeat that? Could you repeat that again for me, Kenny?
The Constitution does not provide laws to manage a country, sir. It is just a set of guidelines given to government for management. That's all it is.
But hold on a second. Govern by whom? And the people who gave the guidelines give those guidelines in their favor, not ours.
I was about to say it, because when the day is done, the colonizers. But you see, it goes back to the ignorance of our people. And when I talk like this, I don't sound good. When we allow a white man to walk into your land as a set of melanated people and tell you how to plant your food, when to plant it, where to go, when to go, which moon to worship, which God not to talk about, when we are the original people of the land, and then we're going to blame the poor governor, I empathize with the man. It is our fault. We allow it.
Yes. But here's the thing, though. I don't even empathize with the governor because the governor is part of the 33 degree and
Yep.
he knows what the outcome is before he even gets here.
No, but
they already have
no.
Again, listen, again I say this. No one, listen me carefully, read my lips. No one can walk into your house and dictate to her in your house what you do unless you are stupid as hell.
Vampire can't come in your house unless you invite them. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying right now, over the years, what has happened is the British Virgin Islands, under the leadership of
I have a bunch of ignorant people. Let's stop sugarcoating this thing.
No, me not.
Hold on, it's true though,
Yeah.
because when you have the gatekeepers of your house are the slaves or the persons who are opening the doors for the vampires, it's not you who's opening your house. Cut down the branches. Chop them down.
Let me I just want to talk here that CIO report. I don't like hearsay, guys. Let me tell you.
This is not a hearsay because
if I got facts, I could get that. Listen, if I got facts, let me tell you something. Just like how I march on the street to England.
Etta.
Boy, guys, me not go back in slavery with nobody.
Yeah, but hold on,
I'm gonna tell you again.
Yeah, but hold on, no. There's one person on this line that I am sure of that have an indigenous ID. If I'm not sure of anything in my life, I am sure that he has.
I to vex with him. Hold on,
because too late shall be. Some of us cry. Because you see, when the UK come in now, the UK is not looking at where you come from, you know. Right now, there's a law that passed in the House of Lords the other day that grant the UK so-called citizen, which is a Caucasian, the right to buy land in the BVI, set up business in the BVI, and pay the crown in tax. So therefore, what Andrew have been doing is duping our people out of progress over the years, and it's not him alone. Is all of his cronies. So we reach a point where the governor give a deadline, say, and May we need to wait till. We are telling the headline, say, we not have to wait till May if we get the 12 people them. See them here right now, take them. Or you can't get the country. Is that when we reach right now, people are going to go back down and say, I'm a brother and sister, you know, so one for all for one. But when them did I get the hurricane money and the COVID-19 money, it was all about the club membership and last name and where you come from. Where you understand? Nah, but I quote nothing.
King.
Yes.
I want to mention a vision that I had recently.
Yes.
Because I'm always from as long as I've known myself to walk in this dimension and this physical plane, I've always been a trumpet blower, and I'll continue to give warnings until I had that vision. Yes, a couple of days ago, in the wee hours of the morning. And I saw there was this house, and there's a bunch of us in this house, and they're asking, you know, I could hear them saying, don't go outside too early because of imminent danger, which is already lurking. One of the people who went to peep under the window shade, it was like a blind. When I looked, I recognized her. She's a pure BVI lander. I literally heard when the ancestor said to me, look at that. Look at that BVI lander who's gonna go move the shade. As soon as she moved the shade, I saw this white man, a slim build, brown, long hair. I saw the color a bluish green. And as soon as she pulled the blind up to look out, this man, his eyes were directly in the spot where she was about to look through. He looked through, he opened and made sure that she saw him, and he had this sick, sinister, evil smile on his face. And I heard somebody say, it's too late, we've already been spotted.
Wow. Whoa. Etta.
That was in your dream?
Yes.
That was in your dream?
At the setting, Etta, at the
That's
setting,
the vision I had.
at the setting, Etta vision. Yo,
I vision that to my love. I vision that as well. And I went and I won 2 politicians. And I went in person. And I won these 2 politicians. And they laughed at me. They said, who are you? How you could tell me these things? How you know this? So I said, well, I'm dealing with the spiritual world. That's who I am. You know, and when I listen, there's a shaking coming to you know. It's just not the tornadoes and the this and the that.
Hello.
So I've been trying to
I right? I dream the beast come up out of the belly of the earth. This beast that come up out of the belly of the earth is bigger than a plane, and it's black, and from then all hell breaks loose. Let me tell you something. Evil is upon the earth. No man is to be trusted but the God-fearing people. And you be careful, people. Roaming like a roaring lion right now. It's his season. So we have to be careful. Go ahead.
I have a question, because the second vision I told Gadites about, King Gadites about, was one where I saw that there was war. On the outside, everywhere looked like they had either dropped bombs or there were persons who were firing missiles or something, but it was a mess.
My God.
When I looked, I heard them saying, the meeting has started, Cheyenne. Empress, have you gone in yet? The place where we had to go, they dropped up. It looked like that the top of the roof got blown and it blocked part of the entrance. So I literally had to run, drag myself under to find the small crack in the craving to enter. When I entered that room, there were people, but I could also see ancestral spirits standing with us. When I got into the room, there was one guy who sat on top of what looks like one of these judges' podiums with a mantle, and he was hitting it, and he said, okay, is that all of us? Are we all here? And then I heard somebody else said, there isn't much of us. I thought there would have been more than us. He said, it's okay. That's those of us who are here, it will be enough. So he said, do you guys still have the power that you came here into this plane with? Because now is the time to use it. Then he asked, those who have what they came here with, let me see it now. Some people opened their hands and fire came out. Another man opened his mouth and a tornado came out. Then he turned to me. He said to me, and he asked, yes, he turned to me and he asked me, he looked at me and he said, Empress, what do you have? I said, I still have the power to shift elements and to make things what I want. He said, you go outside and set the pace because we're coming out, because it's full-fledged war now.
Yes, sir.
And I told the man this, you know. He said, Etta, what do you mean again, war? I told Gadites, I saw Gadites where I saw them hiding in the sea. When I saw them, I saw it with my eyes wide open. That was the most dangerous part of it.
Okay, again,
wide open. I'm so alone that I even said I saw some of the islands disappearing.
But sister, look how long I've been saying from when, because I'm down here over in the BVI as well, and I said on Heritage Show, I said, look, I know that people have homes, but don't get attached to that. Get things like tents, because you'll have to flee from that soon when things get really hot. Get seeds together. Get seeds together where you can plant a short crop to feed yourself wherever it is that you're going to have to be. I said to them, we will never get our freedom with a constitution. There is no place where we have gotten and rebalanced where we did not have to make blood run like water. This is not just a physical battle. It is spiritual warfare, because we who are the gods who hold the power of every element will have to make the move in order for us to do what we have to do. Because the persons who are doing these things now are not just physical people. We're dealing with demons who've taken some of our own secrets and have turned that thing into a shadow where they can use it.
The dragon is roaming the earth right now. The beast and the dragon. This is America, the dragon, China. This is why these are the things that are happening. Recognize the beast them that they talk about. America is the beast, China is the dragon.
Hold on.
That's what's going on.
Hold on. Right now, I was trying to get Benito Wheatley, who is the brother, the twin brother for Sowande Uhuru, because our brothers and sisters have done such a poor job. They have done.
My king, call him Natalio. Shawande don't exist no more.
Yeah, not a leader. That's what we call him. Not a leader. Natalio. So our thing was, we're trying to. This is what we were at this point in 2018. Kenny was one of the person who walked on the ground, because I was away at that time, but I broadcast the live demonstration of equal rights and justice that took place. Kenny, I want to ask you on a serious note, are you seeing that collectiveness right now, or have that opportunity that presented itself at that time as it's no longer there, or do you see it there at this crucial time?
Socially, politically, spiritually, and whichever other alley you might be able to look at.
Yes.
The BVI has shifted.
Yes.
I think then we had some great visions. We had some amazing days, putting plans in place, all of these things to help to reshape the way forward.
Yes.
Since we touched the end of 2019, everything in the territory, and maybe the world, because the BVI has to work in synchronicity with everybody else. And this is what I think the territory is not even understanding. You're not hearing much from your politicians because they can't say some of these things. But when the day is over, this is the new position for all of us. Now, the point is,
continue.
The point is, the question I would want to ask is, when you look at the very period that you have outlined, when you look at the vision that we ourselves, me and you, brother, we were pushing this vision for our people. It was actually catching on because the people believed that some point or another things would have changed, things would have gotten better, there would have been more hope for their families. Now, since 2019, the end of 2019, 2020 until now, over the past 2 years, nothing is making sense. Nothing is making sense. My question is, or would be, where do we go now? Where do we go now?
I can shed some light, my brother.
Yes.
The things that were put in place was never to push us forward. That we have to make clear. Whatever it is that was done, whether it was by this regime, past governments before 2019, was to put in place the system that is being used now to murder us. It was never something that was being built for our own good. The reason why I'm saying so, and it's a known thing for me for a very long time, no matter what a government puts in place, they're putting it in place on behalf of not you. They put the education system in place. It is not for your own betterment. It is to work and to enrich the elites. They put hospitals in place. It's to enrich and to murder our people and to take whatever they have before they murder them. They heal nothing. They cure nothing. They are anti everything life. While we are actually working to bring life into things, they're snuffing it out from in any way they can.
It says
there is no government that puts anything in place and they say, well, it benefits your people. When you do not know or you do not equip your people how to build their own homes, how to feed their own self.
Can I jump in here, my sister? And that you are now right where I have been all this time. I've been saying it repeatedly. I've been preaching it literally. I'm not sure if anyone is even able or capable after such a long time to listen to it and it makes sense to them. Where we are right now, I keep saying it. The ships which have been bringing whatever garbage they've been bringing into the Central Americas. All of these foods that we have been eating from the supermarket shelf is, as we speak, for the most part, absolutely pure garbage. The water we drink from the supermarket shelf, is currently absolutely. I don't even want to get as graphic with it because it would just fuzz you out.
But before
the garbage we have, the garbage we have been consuming at all levels. My thing is this. Hold on. My thing is this. The Central Americas is one of the richest places in the world. I don't care what anybody feel or say. Jamaica is down there right now with resources popping up. And watch, if the Prime Minister of Jamaica is not smart and get up off his ass and get his head working, Jamaica is going to become as enslaved as some parts of Africa. Because resources are in Jamaica in abundance.
Yes, Kenny, but hold on.
No, let me finish, please, sir. The question I want to ask is, how are we as a people, St. Vincent, Jamaica, the BVI, Trinidad, St. Kitts, how are we going to come together within the region to save our own asses? How are we going to do that?
Hold on.
When are we going to do that?
Can I? I was just going to bring the solution before I was cut in, but because I want to ask. Hold on. My thing, we're all.
Wait, before you say anything.
Yes.
Hold on. Guys, can you just make a statement? But he had one name in there, need to be out the pack. And can you understand why he need not to put that name? If that country keep on denying the Caribbean as part of human race and keep on denying the Caribbean as part of people, that's a serious thing. Stop laugh, Kenny. It's no joke.
Hold on.
You don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, but hold on. A while ago.
That country.
What country is that? What corporation is that?
The British Virgin Islands.
Yeah, but hold on. Hold on. The corporation. Hold on. One thing we all have in common right here on this phone call is that we all bear documents of either of the corporation, whether the British Virgin Islands, the USA, or England. We all have documented proof that we're their subjects. Now, what we have launched, and we have said it to each and every one of our people, is that your indigenous rights override the governmental privileges that you're living by. Now, people do not take these arguments very serious, but here comes the United Kingdom who are holding the leaders accountable for breaking Her Majesty's Register. Do you know what those charges are, people?
It's still slavery.
No, do you know what those charges are? Those charges are the mechanism that is put in place, the protocol of the governance of their of our people through the slave mentality of the UK that our leaders know say now work with them, but them put it in place for us. And this is why the Commission of Inquiry is using this double-edged sword now, because we are going to hold our leaders accountable, but who is going to hold the crown accountable? Answer that question.
We should. The military.
But that is the true culprit in the room. Isn't that the true culprit in the room, people? The crown?
Yes.
And this is why. No, but this is why the decision to put our brothers and sisters at the gallows now is looking so inhumane, because the crown has given the brothers and sisters the opportunity to so-called do the right thing, which they could never do the right thing because the protocol of the crown does not allow them to do the right thing. They have to become criminals to get merits. So the British Virgin Islands is in a peculiar situation where your right is going to be taken away. If you give your brothers up, you will maintain your privileges. But if you keep your brothers, you will all be branded as criminals. How does that?
It's very interesting. It's very interesting that Sister Etta did not see the BVI as even part of the Central Americas.
The herbalists.
You cannot miss that point. It's a very serious point.
They are not. None of the overseas territories have subscribed themselves. When I asked Meade Malone if he would involve himself with CARICOM, he said, no, we will always support CARICOM, but the privileges that the British Virgin Islands, yes.
That's correct.
Yes, he said that the privileges that the British Virgin Islands, the privileges that the Virgin Islands through their submission through the crown is worth more than CARICOM. So the BVI leaders is always looking at the spoils and benefits and not the relationship with our people.
Now here's the reason why, and we need to look at the divide and conquering system that they have in place. Yes. The BVI are the house niggas.
Cayman Islands too. Turks and Caicos,
that they want to call down Islanders, that's the big niggas.
Say it again.
Say it again.
For me. Please.
These are the house niggas.
Correct.
The gatekeeper.
And the reason why they cannot tag with the rest of their own blood and their own spiritual people and their own spiritual body is because they see them as the house slaves. That the master has given us a few crumbs of privileges, so we can't mingle with the field slaves. And if we report them and if we dumb them, then they will actually give us privileges that they won't give to these other islands. So let's freaking kill our brothers. So that way our masters can pet our heads like a bunch of jackasses.
No, but this is what I brought to the forefront this morning, that when the Right Honorable Andrew Foy got up after the hurricane and take $1,700 that our people could not afford, our people broke. The government should have given us some of the hurricane relief money. Andrew Foy go around and tell CARICOM, said, don't worry about these people. I'm going to look about their status, knowing very well that Andrew Foy can't give those rights because he himself is a subject of the crowd. And our people are blind to these robbery. Right now, people...
I'm happy that you're saying these things, King. So in the same light that you're saying that, please, when you mention Andrew Foy, do not say honorable. It boils my blood. Don't say that.
My apology.
Thank you.
The lady told you that the last time she was on the show.
Yeah.
You cannot be calling her somebody honorable that she looks at in a different light, because in truth and fact, the light has come to shown by the COI report and them handcuff rules. Mr.
Angry, miserable.
This is serious. And you see, education is a must, as the lady said. But it's how we educate our people. If you educate people to put them in a prison mindset instead of evolving and let their mind just explore and wander. That's why the people in the BVI moving along like they don't care today now again, because nobody telling them nothing, you know. Secret. Nature's secret has come back into place. Not
Why?
Nature's secrets.
Exactly.
But the psychology.
And not just that too. The Foy has gone ahead and he's told and keep telling his people, well, not his people, but keeps telling the living fire of the supreme being that walk in manifestation that we call people. He keeps telling them, as we are more privilege than the other people. My goodness, how more privileged can you be when the same people that you turn around and call down island, if something has to strike now, they can feed themselves. You're out there begging for handouts.
Say that again, no, say that one day again. I tell her I'm going to Haiti, you know. I'm going to Haiti. Because Haiti, I'm going to live and think it's because that's where my parents are from. And they are well equipped right now to take care of the whole island down there. Them been famine. I'm very proud of my Kittitian and Vision bloodline.
And
because
that's
the people
a good thing.
can survive.
From 3 years ago, I got the message directly from the lineage of one of my ancestral spirits. Tell my people to go back to the ancient path of the ancestors. What are the ancient paths? We planted our own food. We fed ourselves. We used the herbs that is all living to heal and not take pharmaceuticals which are made to kill. We built each other. We came together and we built each other's homes. We nurtured each other's children. These are the ways of the ancestors. We did not use any elements that would hurt nature, that would hurt animals, that will hurt our brothers. And when we spoke to the sky, we could say, look, send me water for my brother down the road. And even if I don't get up here, that cloud must stop above his house and the rain, I would watch it fall. But we moved from that.
That's why you see I plant my own mint bush on my porch. My own paracetamol tree I have here. My own aloe tree. I have my chives, my garlic. I have a garden right on my porch.
Sister, the day will come when we are planting and we go back to the earth. That's why the earth is crying out. We left our bond with the earth and we're sitting in these freaking offices working for the white man. The earth does not recognize us anymore. We no longer take our shoes off and connect. They call it uncivilized fire.
Yes. More fire. It is.
I tell you, mental.
As I
mental
said,
slave.
As I said, we move ahead in 2019, trying to facilitate good governance, because that was one of the requests that was on the placard when we say we were demonstrating, and the likes of Bishop Klein and Kedrick Pickering hijacked that movement and said it was not only good governance, but we need to govern ourselves. Then Pat Selig said that we should not look at the sore foot, we should just try to fix the head. It is very vital now where we look at these leaders and see where they have been found guilty. There's no going around it. They are not independent. They are still taking orders from the crown. So independence is out of it, because unless independence come before now and May is a fictitious dream, that. And they cannot remain in power because they all have criminal records. So the big concern now is that here comes a crown to govern our people from the UK with rules and regulation that will benefit them even more than what is happening, because it is uncivilized that in 2022 we still have a place called.
Let me put a comment on that, King Gedites. This is not when the UK is coming back with good governance.
Lord.
This is when war is going to break out, because those of us who stand in the fire will not stand by idly. Those who are clay pots will remain clay pots, and they will continue to be used because they've already jabbed themselves with a whole bunch of chemicals waiting for the other half. Majority of the people in the BVI are too sick to fight now because they've jabbed themselves up with the white man's Kool-Aid.
I'm in Ghana, Africa. I'm in motherland. Let me tell you something. I'm Britain from
Look
there.
like you gone in darkness. Oh, her internet is loaded. You see, I'm so happy that we have some very strong spiritual leaders on the line right now. And we have people that can be brainwashed. We have people that can be moved or swayed in the wrong direction. But Kenny, I need to talk to you because I need to get my sovereign ID. I don't care which one it is. I need it ASP. I need to let
we run out of ink. We run out of ink, Etta.
I slap your gidders. I have my pimp slap still work. I'll be getting it. Don't hurt your head. I pimp slap you guys.
Kenny, see if we can find no half-done ID or whatever. They go
I'm going to ask you, please leave my sister alone.
ASAP. Kenny, this is Mayday. Mayday. We need some Mayday ID.
This is more than Mayday. So me going Mayday myself into the equation because let me tell you something. I take this situation very serious because we sight or from Father's trust or dream or Heavenly Spirit trust. We saw this coming and we had vision about it coming before. So it ain't to say gonna impact us, greatly because we don't set up us as she said. She don't start farming, I don't start farming. I don't acquire land in Haiti because me a farm. St. Kitts Nevis just got land for the people who there. Haiti got land for everybody. Cause they got land they got land like Jamaica. They got land can't done to plant.
St. Kitts in a trouble. Mayday over St. Kitts though. Mayday.
Yeah, you see them overthrowing the government in St. Kitts. St. Kitts people don't sit down like the moon here and get bite because of little money. Nobody can brackish water give St. Kitts people. You cannot brackish water. Some people don't understand brackish water because they never had hard times in their life. So they don't know what brackish water mean. They mean understand that brown sugar, a little brown sugar throw in the water and just color the water and you drink it and it save your life. Because that's where you're heading from.
Kenny, you want to add some lime to the brackish water and make lemonade?
Boy,
I'm here listening to you on these great women, and I tell you, I'm very concerned at this point because I think the greater vision that we must begin to see as a people, and I think this is where they want to keep us apart because some phantom disease popped and they say stay apart, 6 feet apart. Of course, it's 6 feet on 12.
It was a plan. It's our plan. It's all
and the further where we are from each other, the more divided we get, and the more you become vulnerable to be conquered, and all the bulls that goes along with it. My brother, let me say this to you. I'm sitting here and I'm listening, and it is with much concern that the white man, and I'm going to speak very practically on this because I think we have allowed ourselves as a melanated people to give away the best of the capacity of our people to people who have no interest in us, and they walk right in, they capitalize on the opportunities, they live lavishly, they get involved in aviation and boats and everything else along the land, the water and the air, and we sit and watch them. Oh, look, the man is smarty. Oh, look at that. And we sit with all the brains we have formed in the ass. It hurts, brother. It hurts. We are the generators of these technologies. We are. Yet we sit at this point in the 21st century, stunned like a bunch of idiots. It hurts. Listen to me well.
But then
we must get back to the place. Yes, we can't even sit down to meet over decent discussion because most of us are not even capable of sitting together in unity to even discuss a sane idea to bring it forth, because we are so divided and colonized to the point where, as my beloved sister BG mentioned and Sister Etta said it, we can't even. The house slave mentality is permeating our brains so bad that it is easy for us to kill each other than to help to uplift each other. It is that serious. We have a lot of capacity, brother and brothers. There is so much among us right now. I sit here and I'm not even going to say this here right now because there is so much we can do to liberate ourselves, and you don't have to blow a trumpet about it. It is not going about. It is not even about going to your backyard to plant two whole a callaloo and two holes of peas anymore. We are the masters of the land. We are.
And they don't
we own the capacity. We own the. Listen, tourism is not supposed to be in the hands of
the heat.
Tourism is not supposed to be in the hands of government. We are the masters of people visit our land to come and see us. We are supposed to provide them. We have given away everything we have to people who don't care nothing about us.
Yes,
and now we're complaining about it.
No, but that I'm just said to you a while ago that the corporation offer our people privileges through documentation. But the rights that you deserve as a living person is your birthright, and you were born with that birthright, but you are subscribing.
Well, that's my point.
You're subscribing.
Point.
Hold on. You're subscribing to the straw man that the corporation own. When we launched and said that indigenous sovereign rights is something that is yours, people laugh at us. There's only one person I can recommend right now in the British Virgin Islands with an indigenous ID from our organization. We have a 1738 treaty. We beat the 1949 because only can farm a 1949 treaty to, but it fall under the corporation. We exist before that. But nobody wants to get on board with progress. We're still waiting.
Brother Gaddis, I'm going to make a point, and this might be a very sad point to make at this point, but I have to say this.
Yeah.
I have tried in 16 years.
Yeah.
Listen to me well. To put together a system, to put together a program, to put together a group of people within the territory. To represent what you are talking about.
For this day. For a day like this.
Oh, hold on. And you know what they have done with it, my brother? They have destroyed it every time you try to destroy it.
And you know why they'll keep destroying it? Because unless the wisdom and knowledge of the overstanding of everyone that walks in this manifestation understands that the molecule of the blood that is in the body is married and dancing with the spirit, and it is one thing, they will never move forward. You are not just the blood that runs through your veins, that very last smallest molecule. If it is not for that divine God that is within it, it cannot live. And because of that, you are limitless. You are not just a human being or a citizen or any of those things. No. We hold within our own bodies dimensions of different spirits, portals, gods.
The wombiverse. The womb. We're coming out of
and persons walk around trying to see how they can fix physical matters that only spirits can do.
And what I want, Kenny, before you answer, and I want to say this clear to our people. We have to do this in spirit and in truth. The truth is, we're in a situation. Our ancestors, they have been guiding us spiritually and getting us to this crossroad. We have our people documented as goats and sheep. And that is why the corporation, because the government, which operated is people who belongs to an organization, they get the authority from us. Now, how they got the authority from us is they document us people. They have Kenny Thomas, yes, born XYZ, Etta, born XY, Sharon, the herbalist. So therefore, you go and get a marriage license from the corporation. You go and get a driver's license from the corporation. You go and get a mortgage from the corporation. So the corporation subjugates you to all of these principalities that they have written down. Now, we are saying that in order for us to make a stand, and the corporation is weak to this knowledge, but because our people have not used it in the proper way, we are not using the sword. The pen is more mighty than the sword. If we let the Queen of England know that the leaders that was selected by us cannot carry out the people's duty, we, the people, can remove them and initiate the governance that suit we the people, because the government is the people. But as long as you're a subject for the crown, a subject cannot talk to a sovereign. Look it up in any book. When Andrew talked to the crown, he does not talk to the crown as yes, Queen.
King.
Yes.
I am not going to tell my people to go talk to the Queen for freedom.
No.
I will tell them to chop her head off.
Yeah.
I am not going to tell my people to go and negotiate your freedom with the white man. I'm going to tell them we are free now. Those of you who want to stand and say, okay, let's go in agreement with them that no one governs them, not even us. They can actually subdue themselves. Those who choose to fight will die.
But Empress, when we ruled Spain for 900 years, it wasn't bombs and grenades that we ruled Spain with,
No, but here's the thing. At the time, these people were ignorant and they needed
but they're still
the wisdom that we were giving.
But they are still ignorant because it is because our technology, why we have succumbed and let people live through a pandemic. It was because people like yourself who had your herbal intuition and your knowledge that came out and let us know that there's point A and point B and point C. So we have been winning the battle. What I'm simply saying to our people, these draconians are expecting a bloodbath. For the last 400 years, our people have been bleeding immensely on planet Earth. What we are doing right now is we are leading our people to new prosperity by identifying themselves. What our people has lost from 1970 is our nationality. We weren't Jamaicans or British Virgin Islands or Trinidadians or Vincentian. These borders have created a deadline for our people. We cannot move forward until we fix these borders. And we have to get that in our mind. No political system can save us. No religious organization will save us. We have to save ourselves. And it starts with us rejecting the kidnapping of us by birth, by our parents giving our rights over to a corporation. It's simple as that.
True. King, but let me ask you a question. Do you think that beheading somebody is only done with the sword?
No.
Have you ever seen somebody beheaded by the spirit that no one could question, and no one can actually point finger and say he did it or she did it?
Yes, we have.
That man is not just because to go about and war with people, and it will come to that too. But to do that is to give them the easy way out. The man who is beheaded spiritually is ripped of every single thing that he has. Power, privilege, everything. Power recognizes power. These people just watch us talk and talk and talk and talk because they realize that spiritually we are dead. Not us as in those who are talking now. No. But the people who...
But what I want to say, you just said a while ago, because we're fighting spiritual wickedness in high and low places, and we know the symmetric when it comes down to the powers of who we're fighting. What they have done over the years, they have drawn us into their realm of ignorancy, and their realm of ignorancy is sustained by the anger of the injustice that our people are facing on a day-to-day basis. It once was isolated to Etta because Etta was from Haiti. Them say, Lord, no Asian bad. Then we found out that the Jamaicans also got branded as bad, and also the Trinidadians. So the common injustice among our people is that they don't want nothing to do with us. Why we keep forcing inclusion on our people? We need to have our own schools. We need to have our own health facilities. We need to have our own security militias. These are the way when you take unto yourself your birthright, you are a sovereign in the full capacity. And that is why...
But my brother, you say strong points, but at the same time, if our systems of defense and survival and medicine have been demonized in a way that if you utilize them, they make the laws to tell you that it is illegal.
Sovereign makes their own law.
No. Hear me out. Because when the day is done, you're talking about setting up your own militia. You're talking about setting up your own medical. You're talking about setting up your own.
Under the Constitution,
schools.
these are rights.
The rights, yes, for sure. Yet, if you were to set up your own system of defense as a people right now, you're gonna hear that you have illegal weapons and all the bills that goes along with that. If you were to set up your own system of medicine, functionally, and people start traveling to you for all the help you can give, you're gonna hear that you are in violation of some code or some crap and bull crap. Because all of this goes against the grain of corporate gain. Now I'm saying, yes, these are our rights by law. But at the same time, we have to get to the place where we unite to declare our. I'm not sure if this is going to make sense. Indigenous people, you keep hearing about them hiding in the hills and going up in the mountains and going wherever else to set up them little thing, and that is it. And that is it. They have no connection with the state. They have no connections with anybody else except they hide in the bushes and live by themselves. And that is the image of indigenous people we have seen over the years.
Not in our book. That's primitive indigenousness.
I am saying in relation to that point that until we the people of the 21st century come together as a united entity with the knowledge we currently have of ourselves, and declare this position to the state in a way that it must be recognized, because we stand united to ensure that it is recognized. Until we get to that place, not we're talking about here to the make sense.
Well, I quite agree. And here's something else. You cannot create a kingdom with institution kingdom. You cannot do that. You have to do away with their system altogether. It has to be done away with. You cannot say, oh, well, let us create our own stuff where we don't have to do. No, you have to do away with everything that they have built. And then
hear my point. I want you to hear my point because it makes sense. I know what I'm saying to you. I've been around this. I know what the hell I'm saying. Yes, we don't need to create anything. We can't reinvent the wheel. We are the wheel.
Thank you very much.
We are the wheel. We don't need to create nothing. We are the wheel. What we need to do is to organize ourselves in a way that the wheel can be seen as reputable. We have not been able to do that.
Hold on, Kenny. Kenny, good point. I am joined by High Chief Maroon, Michael, and he's been listening to what we've been saying for a while. Michael, the British Virgin Islands in 2022 is up for some harsh treatment from the Crown. They are seizing the government, want to dissolve the Constitution and dissolve the House of Assembly. You have been very outspoken when it comes down to the rights of our Maroon people. I'm telling our brothers and sisters that until we alleviate ourselves from being called and labeled as subject with these documents, we're fighting a losing battle. What's your take on this whole reasoning?
Peace and love, everybody. This is Some people call me Ras Maroon. Some people call me Ucha Medicine. Now, there's only two things lead to close the book of Revelation for us. Immigration status and economical sustainability, meaning that we control our own industries. And those are the only two things lead to close the book. If one don't understand what immigration status is.
Etta, mute your phone. Nurse, herbalist, could you mute your phone? Continue.
Immigration status.
Yes.
Has to be one of the factors, meaning that we have to have the freedom, the same status as sovereign, as diplomats, as emissary of the universe. We have the freedom to move, because when one move, you become that merchant that can do business anywhere on the planet, in the global spheres. And if it all come down to, we go galactic also, universal. So once the mode of travel has been taken from us, it limits our means of power, energy, health, and wealth, and the connection to the source to align ourselves. Again, we must master universal law and order. Our people, especially in the time of the pandemic, everybody was busy panicking. Instead, everybody went back to school on their own, not school as in their system school, but went on our own self-education system to get ourselves into intelligence. We were there panicking. We should have been using their same little demonology system called Google and all these search engines and whoever have access to artificial intelligence and do some serious research on health, wealth, power, and energy. We did not do that. What we did, we're there squabbling around, looking what we can get through some free stimulus or whatever thing and some illusion of repatriation. The only repatriation going to come is one that we created for ourselves, the one that we make sure we get. These people not playing with us. They are bullies. They know exactly who we are as indigenous people and native of this land. And right now, it's pen and paper war. You don't have to fight with them physically.
Yes.
Take for instance, let me give you an example. Somebody was talking to me yesterday about Minister Farrakhan of Nation of Islam. And I said, yes, he has made a mistake when he had started that Million Man March. And somebody said, how could you say that? I said, yes, I have the right to say that because I can show you from an economical point of view. When we took up that march, all of that money went back to them. Yeah. We spent all of these airline money, we spent all that. And when we did reach to Washington, we did not support none of the brothers and sisters' business in Washington, D.C. We bought from the McDonald's, the Burger King, and all these things. So all of that money, so that march went in vain. You know how much money was that? That's a lot of money.
Yes.
You understand? We didn't make the sacrifice that day to say, okay, let us band our belly, that our stomach for that day, and let us, if it's even for that day, if we had even fasted, I would have even respected it.
Hold on,
but,
Mike.
Yeah, go ahead.
Etta, what you want to say?
Well, I am strongly supporting everything he's saying, because he said something that a lot of people wasn't doing for real when this pandemic came around.
Re-edifying
I was
themselves.
one who were able, who were able to go around and say, here's a bush medicine, here's the bush, and I was giving it out. You have to try something else. Don't be brainwashed.
Go
ahead, guys.
I want to say something to the nurse because the High Chief said something about us galvanizing on the opportunities. We know that the British are going around now revitalizing the so-called Commonwealth. The Commonwealth means that you are wealthy. Our people are rich in resources. We are the biggest trading on the economical trading block. We spend the most money. We have the biggest resources. But the division of seeing that, as what the ministers, the chief said a while ago, we're keeping a party and McDonald's just put up right there and them sell for the whole night. Them don't sponsor the event nor nothing. All of the money goes back into the corporation. Herbalist, I want to say this to you now. In all this pandemic going on, and you were pushing the initiative of a secondary option for our people, did the corporation at any time come to you and say, well, we understand you have a remedy, let us endorse it in that sense? I want to show the ignorance of them. Did they come to you at any time and give you such offering?
As a matter of fact, no. Before the pandemic made touchdown in the BVI, I approached Natalio Wickley. We were on a boat in Beef Island. We were coming to Virgin Gorda. Yeah. And I spoke to him and I broke down what exactly the so-called virus is, how it attacks the body, and how to heal it naturally using herbs. I told him, if you want to, I can literally tell you what we can do for persons herbally to even prevent a single person from getting infected and to keep persons healthy. I spoke to him for more than 20 to 30 minutes because the boat is about 20 minutes, and I spoke to him on the dock in Virgin Gorda for another 10 to 15 minutes. And I actually called him when he was on Heritage's show and reminded him of the conversation that we had. And I told him, you could have prevented the hospital from murdering our people. I told you what to do. Now you're hearing people saying that I'm going around giving herbs, and persons who couldn't even walk out of their truck for a test 2 days later is testing negative and going about their business. I came to you early early. And you told me, his thing was, I'll get back to you. And I said so live over the air. I said, Natalia, you said you'd get back to me. I said, Natalia, for you grieving the spirits of those who are sick, those who have been killed, I said, you have been stripped of every last thing your ancestor worked hard for. Everything.
And that is the word that we may have to give to the leaders, seeing that the UK have their foot on their neck, that we'll get back to them while it's breaking. Kenny, you were very crucial after the hurricane dilemma, saying that the British Virgin Islands was the tip of the spear to burst this injustice bubble that was taking our people. Because when we realized that the Russians had $30 billion stocked away, we understand that several of the offshore companies was actually business places for the rich and famous. Richard Branson called their home. And we were saying that if the BVI could get on this good track, it would spearhead the rest of the maroon colonies, islands, the benefits of getting some form of justice. Do you believe that this is where the BVI make a nosedive past its brothers and sisters going down to the bottomless pit, or is there a chance for redemption? I don't know. Kenny's not there. Etta or the nurse can answer that.
No, I'm here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate that. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's any room at this point for redemption. I think we have wasted the opportunity. And I tell you why. The only way that this territory is going to redeem itself is by or through the unification of the Virgin Islands with our brothers and sisters across the Central Americas. What it has done to begin is to separate itself from everybody else, because you're not from here. Downfall number one. Downfall number two, where the BVI cannot respect immigrants within this territory who came here, however long they came here, and are working like jackasses to ensure that the territory sustains itself.
Yes.
At all levels. My brother, facts.
At all levels. Where the territory cannot respect the man from Long Island who they call Long Island man, because that's from here.
Good morning.
Where the territory cannot treat an immigrant like it treats its own local people, because they see us as one blood. This is where we need to start to save ourselves as a territory. And until government get up off its lazy butt and realize that it is not about who from here or what it does for locals and belongers, but about what it does for the collective living within the territory, it is going to be a sad day for this territory. Remember I tell you.
Hold on.
And just to add more fire.
Yes. Silent your mic, Kenny. Silent your mic, Kenny. Silent your mic. Yes, continue.
No, I'm quiet here, brother. Yeah. I'm very quiet here.
And just to add some fire to what the king just said, because when Irma went by, it was only island folks. I remember Bahamas. I remember Jamaica. I remember St. Lucia. I remember St. Vincent. I remember Dominica. Yes. Persons came from all over the Caribbean.
To help build.
Those who planted poles. Yes. Those who actually came to put up water. Those who helped with housing. Those who helped with roads. Yes. Those who helped the engineers. I remember when I called St. Lucia and they said to me, because the minister who was down there, which is Kenny Anthony. Yes. He is actually my cousin. I called. I said to him, "We are in a state over here." He said, "What do they need? What does the government need?" I said, "Everything is gone. There's nothing." Yes. I remember them putting things together, materials. They sent badges of stuff. Yes. They sent their workers. I remember meeting some of my own family who work in the electricity company here on top of poles as I drove by. And they turned around not too long after. They were not able to put a spoon in their mouth to feed themselves. We actually held them by the hands and brought them back to a place where they could breathe because they are our people.
I remember.
And when one suffers, we feel the pain. So we came together because of that love we have for each other, and we helped them. They came and they said, even if you are here, you don't need any rights. After 5 years, you should get kicked out. There was an uproar of people, things, the insults that was laid down on not just my St. Lucian people, but other people in the Caribbean. After they took their sweat, blood, and tears, they were not even getting paid for it. They came and they gave that willingly.
Hold on. As you are seeing, we're getting much more intellectual minds on our platform. We have Kenny from PSI Radio, Etta representing British Virgin Islands, a herbalist Virgin Gorda. We have Chief Michael, he's representing the Maroon Nation in the States. And of course, His Excellency Daniel Z. Basra has just joined us. Daniel Z. Basra is not a stranger. He has traveled extensively. He knows the relationship in the Caribbean, how tedious it is. And, he has several things on his desk. I'm happy that he joined us. I was trying to get to him. I know there's a festival and everything, but we're talking about in 2022, His Excellency, the British Virgin Islands is being redirected by the Crown. The ministers have been found guilty of breaking Her Majesty's register, and the Constitution is being asked to kick out, plus several other management of government, House of Assembly, dissolve and so forth. Do you think that it's 2022 and we're still getting ruled by the British in this dogmatic way, Excellency? Or it's no surprise
of course,
to you?
Because you have not done anything to change it, so what else are you going to do? You need to let this issue serve as an impetus to educate ourselves collectively in the Caribbean as to our true status as subservients of the Crown. And release, because one cannot demand liberation until one recognizes the extent of one's enslavement.
No.
So the majority of our people are under the illusion of freedom. This now is something that we need to expound around the Caribbean and let the people know, let the young school children know.
Yes.
This is what's going on in the British Virgin Islands.
Name them and shame them.
We're all 50, we're all going 50 and forward.
Yes.
So if we're not preparing, true leader and effective leadership always prepares for its continuance. That means we have to be informing the young. This sounds like a high school program we're supposed to go on. We're supposed to take this issue.
Yes.
And say, here it is. And bombard it in the high schools and tell the little high school kids all over the Caribbean. Listen to the status.
Shame them. Name them. But does the Crown have any shame or any morality? I don't think it has.
You see, I worry about the Crown, I worry about my people. That's the thing. I don't give a damn about the Crown.
Damn! I don't give a damn.
Who cares? Damn, how them come important?
For them,
beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful, sexy Caribbean people. Why me business with the Crown? I worry about the Caribbean people. I don't give a damn about the Crown. The Crown owe me, but I don't even have time to collect. I need to recollect ourselves. I don't want to collect from the Crown. I need us to recollect ourselves.
That is what the word remember is. To bring back our members.
Because you've been scattered. You've been scattered.
Exactly.
Your consciousness, your self-awareness, your understanding, your alacrity has been scattered and dispersed from you. You have to recollect it and make yourselves whole in even your understanding. You have to be wholesome. So we're talking to school children in the Caribbean. This is an opportunity. Not everything must be seen as an opportunity. Okay, this is happening to Virgin Islands. If we expound on this, expose this on a great level, you understand me? Pass this on to all the school children in Jamaica, all the school children in St. Lucia, Barbados, that listen, this is what's going on in the Virgin Islands. This can happen to them at any time.
Wow.
And once they are educated, these kids will want to take the necessary steps. Now, if you go to the young school kids in high school and say, your parents we're unaware of the birth certificate. Them sign the birth certificate, make them slaves of the Crown, and show them the process. School high school kids have liberating themselves. It means the next generation of university children, there's not even money the Crown can say they owe them because they would have put themselves in their true status as sovereigns. It means we will abandon one of the rules
of international law is that we have to get rid of their names.
Yes.
You see, international law says if you do business in another man's name, you have dishonored your ancestors. And if you dishonor your ancestors, that's why they rob and cheat us. Mr. Gordon and Mr. Foster, when you
repeat that again. Repeat that again.
International law says if you dishonor your ancestors, then no one is beholden to honor you. Doing business in another man's name is automatic dishonor to your ancestors.
Yes.
Genetical suicide.
Genetical.
Automatic.
Yes.
Let me ask you this. Mr. Brown and Mr. Foster. It means that when them see you as a black man come at Mr. Foster, the laws of nations say even if them rob you, them not get no judgment because you approach them dishonoring your ancestors, saying use Mr. Foster.
Let me ask you this, Honorable Basra. Let me ask you this, Honorable Basra, because while I support your point, which is a very strong point, and needed as well. But my concern is this. If the state has for centuries, to do it worse now, control everything from education. I'm making a point. If the state has control everything from education to food to religion to everything else that we know today, in other words, you can have no influence in the education system unless it passes through the Ministry of Education, which is head by the Minister of Education, and you go through the principal and whoever else. Now we're talking about education. How are we going to reach the students in the schools?
Okay, here's what the first thing was understand.
And the question too is, the education that they're giving is not even our education, so it doesn't educate us at all.
No, it is designed to leave you trapped. But then the first thing you must understand is the elder that spoke said, the state. And one of the biggest issues, can anybody in this conversation define for me what is the state?
The state is a corporation.
Thank you, sir. It is a company.
Yes.
It is a registered company.
Yes.
And when you recognize things for what they are and deal with it for what they are, and recognize that your birth certificate constructs into that company. I have filed a requisite document. It's called a claim of right and a power of attorney. The Jamaican government don't even want to carry me in a court because they know they're not going to show jurisdiction, and if they cannot show jurisdiction, then it's going to outmake the Jamaican people aware. You have to put yourself in your true status. And then, so to educate the people, it means that we who are going to do the education of the people must make sure that our status is that of sovereign and not of a corporate ward. That means that when you're talking, you're not under them. Because if I come to Barbados and I start talking and freeing up Barbados kids, the Barbados government cannot have no say over me, because I am not a corporate ward. But if somebody who's still holding and using the birth certificate start talking, you're breaching the contract that you signed with them.
Therefore, my question would be this then, brother. And I'm asking these questions in a way that the average listener can relate to what you're saying.
Problem solved.
I understand.
I am saying, now that we have this on the table, where do we begin with the education? Do we seek to get it official? Do we seek to get it originally done through the school system, or do we seek to use social media to inform our people? Or are we gonna get into the communities as a group of people and educate the youngsters on the street as we see them on the road? How are we gonna do this?
No, it has to be twofold. The people need to see. That means that we need to come with a fish with a social media. We create a website.
The official source.
That site where the information is available. But then simultaneously, we need to be getting in touch with the people on the streets so that it becomes a real conversation. It means then that you have somebody in a Bahamas print out some flyer on the side, go around and give them out to some people. Start these discussions. Yo, get a pound of weed and gather some people and say, come smoke some weed and rings. Come here.
But hold on.
I need to ask a question.
Ask.
Okay. Kenny, for me in life, right? You ask how. I don't study the how, I a doer. And if this idea came up on the table right now, which is so powerful because it was in my thought and he said it. And we have to free ourselves by whatever means.
By whatever means necessary.
You go in the principal office and you tell the principal, you can't leave today. We lock in your door and put all us inside. That's what we gotta do. Kenny, time has come where we got to stop sitting down in the BVI and just thinking that somebody can come save us. The Bible tell you who don't like the Bible, who like Bible. If a man don't go feed himself, can't get no food to eat.
No, but then here's the thing. Expose the scam. One thing with conspiracies, conspiracies cannot take exposure. If you expose, remember that the average child in the British Virgin Island is not aware the least bit of what it means to have a birth certificate and the full capital and the contract. Just expose the scam to them.
Right.
Listen, you don't understand. Start that conversation just on that. That you're a slave to the crown. Here's the evidence, and watch the natural eruption that occurs.
Process.
Well, we had already started that. We already started that, and that has been on the. I've been asked to have some meetings, but I didn't get the chance.
No. Hold on, Etta.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. No, meanwhile you interject. I could talk for myself. As I said, for the whole of last 2 weeks, I've been here on the ground. People coming to me, literally in my house. As I said, we need your help out here.
So, Mr. Let me do it. I am at your service. I can expound it that my 5-year-old child can understand the scam. I break it down.
That's
Get me a
what I
copy
need.
of one of your
That's
came
what
on
I
the
need.
certificate. I will sit down and do a live video and expose
And
it.
then I could go live because them can't touch me live.
No,
so
but hold
I
on.
will be doing a live.
No, but
Go ahead, guys.
No. But hear what.
Go ahead, guys.
This is why you see Kenny as a platform over there now. We operate it. We need to take out the bird paper and start go on the internet like what Daniela said and show the scam for what it is. Because when we show the scam,
But this is what I'm saying.
So Kenny, this is what,
get a copy of a birth certificate and get me a photocopy. And may you do a live system.
I will send you a copy of my birth certificate. I will send you a copy of my birth certificate.
Exactly.
You use mine.
Hold on.
Because I don't look at mine too. I don't see all the rest in it.
What I've
And I
done,
was
I
like,
have,
oh
remember,
my gosh.
I have the redemption manual. I can send you a copy of the redemption manual.
Excellency. Hold a bit. We are run too fast because this is something where we have Michael. Michael is there, the nephew of Marcus Messiah Garvey, and he's been listening from a security point of view. Not everything will be said on this platform because we know point blank say we are wake up, but we are wake up with leadership.
Thank you, Gareth.
Yes, we are wake up with leadership. So everybody here have the common denominator, which is wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Can make the link. Maroon Michael, are you still with us?
Yes, peace and love. There.
You hear?
Yes. Let me break down. Let me just get to it right away. I'm not only representing the Maroons on one level. I'm also breaking down the different indigenous name, titles, and ranks that we're called globally. Because a lot of time when people say Maroon, they don't know that it's we the same as the Mayans. What's that?
Multitasking as usual.
Yes, no problem.
I'm trying to finish the statement here.
Finish. Sorry, just walk through the farmer. Sorry.
Yeah, just put the thing on mute so I finish it. Sorry, because we have to be doing many things at the same time. All right. I represent SWORD, which is the state of the African Union, which is one of the units, which is one of the new units within the African Union, helping to look at the diaspora issues. You understand? So we are also our external consultant, looking at problems affecting the African
Excuse me,
continent.
that means you're in direct contact with the African Union.
My head. I am just the liaison with it. I'm the ambassador.
Excellent.
My heads are.
Right approach, Excellency.
No man, we have this step. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Go on talk.
Right?
Continue, man.
What happens is this. My training discipline goes across many schools because, sometimes we have to walk the walk and talk the talk. For me to be talking, it means that I have to humble myself at a lot of elders and men and women feet. I go and join different organizations. Even some I didn't even want to be joining them. But you have to know these things because when you're going to help your people, you got to know how the devil thinks. So sometimes you got to do you have to do things that you even you yourself as an individual, but you have to think at the global community interest. One of such things that we have identified is that we have to look at all the different organizations that affect our means of travel. And there's about 20 different institutions. You can name them from the ICAO, from the different tribunal court system, from the Navy intelligence, the Coastal Guard system. You can look at the border control. You can look at this. There's so much thing. Interpol. Once you have an understanding of how these things work, then you write to these institutions and let them know you're not begging them. You're telling them that, hey, I'm a sovereign. I'm here. I'm still here. And the next thing, you have to let them know your different geographical names and titles and ranks that your ancestors, which is the past, the present, and your future outcome gonna be. You have to let them know that I am the same one that you call the Mayan, the Aztec, the Inca, the Wachita, the Blackfoot, the Gullah Geechee, the Ashanti, the Dogon, the Bantu. Once you lay these things out and you leave, I am also the Mesoamerican. I am the one that came down through Mesopotamia from the east, come straight back over to the west. I am the ruler of territory Earth, the first. You see, once you give them that genealogy scope, is after that, you know they're gonna make a bully move. They're gonna back down or they're gonna attack physically because they know that you're in your right. So most of the time they will back down. But you're gonna have a vampire race of them who is still gonna attack you. And these are some of these ignorant cops who are still gatekeepers of the old ways. And they're gonna wanna still attack you because they're holding on to what they have robbed from you. So they're going to go down with a fight. These vampires know that their time is up. The same artificial intelligence that they had used to IBM Watson, Oracle, and Tesla, which is the newest of the AI computers on the planet. When they use the machine, they use it to find out how they could disturb us. But also they also found out their doomsday also. The artificial intelligence told them in about 2010 that they only have about 100 years of their species, and that's why they are breeding amongst our women, trying to integrate with us rapidly, because they know that there's Mother Nature. And based on the AI, you see, there's a search engine, and there are finders. The AI is a finder, meaning that it narrows down the search down to at least 10.
Yes.
So when you search engine, it gives you a thing. The probabilities, the mathematical probability of using the AI, it makes things more prophetic, meaning that it's giving it real accuracy. It's very close to the real thing, and it's giving you the different options. And that's how they created the COVID-19 pandemic, because they knew how the people think from a social construct. So the AI already understand how the social construct of our people, because who is on the telephones and on the social media more than us. So they studied, and that is why Elon Musk just bought out Twitter, because whoever control what the thought process of the people is saying also can predict the outcome. Because once I build a software that can predict the outcome, it's easy for me to manipulate anybody. So take for instance, I can say, let me ask the AI, what is the best means to destroy British Virgin Islands? And the AI gonna give you 5 different options, and you're gonna choose the best one that suits your scenario. And this is the time and line we're in.
But
the technology is here now.
Hold on. And this is where we reach the crossroad where leadership is not a guessing situation anymore. When we see a leader get a contract like from the place like China to build a road, it is not a blessing. These people have used their satellite. They have scanned the necessary areas. They have found the necessary minerals. And then they know that you're underdeveloped. So you pay them to come and take your wealth.
True.
While people, are you seeing where we are at? Jesus. Are you seeing where we are at, people? This is
real talk. They use the technology in Indonesia.
No, but this
and Japan.
I'm watching a piece of note last night where it says this said garbage was done to Gambia, where the outside powers influence the leaders that they should let our people work in sweatshops, pay them little and nothing, and the government turn around and pay them to bring the business come to the country. So the country lost 2 way out, And then we now on the ground put our leaders on pedestal and say they did a good job. Can't we see how crooked the Westminster government is? And it can't work for our people? As His Excellency said a while ago, we have to name them and shame them. I am yet, as I said to Kenny, I hope that Monday coming, we can do the birth paper, because we don't want to talk about these, name them and shame them, but our lives has been a facade for so long. The birth paper that we're walking around with. Yes, Empress.
Right, King. You can get rid of the birth paper. That's one thing. You have to educate your children away from the institutions that are poisoning them. We start in our homes. We do it in our communities. We do it with those that are in the farm, wherever it is that our people are, because it's not everything that you let privilege to allowing them to know what you are doing. This is the way that they have been able to plant traitors over the years to see how they could dismantle anything that we try to do to come together. So it's not everything that you say to these people, because their thing is to divide and conquer. And if you give them the tools that you're fighting with, they will be able to kill you. So the weapons that you are about to use, one, to liberate your people, two, to do away with their birth certificate, which actually before we used to be sold into slavery. Right now, the birth certificate, we're actually giving away our children for free.
Yes,
we're not even fighting. We're giving away for free.
No, we did not like before there was paper, there was iron and fire. They usually brand some of the captured brothers and sisters. That is the birth paper, people. That brand with the iron on the cow, where you see them brand the hide.
It told them which slave belonged to whom.
Yes.
And so now you have persons walking around with Smith.
Yes.
And so you are actually from that same slave master's brand or their cattle, their ranch.
Yes.
So that is what birth certificates are all about. Now, when it comes to, again, educating our people, we have to be mindful that when we are educating our people, that we take everything out whatsoever to dismantle these systems. The very last thing that you do when everything is already in place is that you go and you broadcast. You don't even have to broadcast it, because the young people amongst us are our fires. These are our young fires. And they're not like some of us who will not, who will sit down and talk. These people will go out and do. They're not talkers, they're doers.
They are doing.
And they're the ones who will take they'll do the forward. They go to the forefront and say, look, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. Because the same way that some of our people actually said, oh, my mother grew up doing this and my father grew up teaching me this or teaching me that, is the very same way that it has to be instilled in the generations that are coming, the young ones. The very same way that they used us to poison our own children with their information, we now have to do like our ancient ancestors. Wisdom was passed by word of mouth. It wasn't done in a way where the enemy knew what you were teaching your children. They had those things embedded in us.
Listen to me, we use cane road. The very hairstyle was used to lead trade that keep us out and give stories. And that's why I'm confident that our people are going to surpass this. We are at a crossroad where gatekeepers disguised as our brothers and sisters are making deals behind our back, and it's so distasteful that we have this Judaism among our people. But it's because of ignorancy, and as Bob Marley said, that they keep us hungry, and when we try to get some food, our brothers got to be our enemies. Because over the years, where we see the overseas territory, most of our people have said that these are the sellouts. These are the people when the UK said that we are not supposed to get certain privilege. These people stand up and say, that's true, you're right. They call the UK Mother England, and this has never been their mother. Because truth be told, places like Cayman Islands and the British Virgin Islands, expatriate make up 99.99% of the day-to-day runnings of the country. And then now, I don't know, how can intelligent people look around them, see their own people, and then abide by laws that hurt their very own people, and then say it's not their fault? This is the quagmire that the BVI is in right now, coming May Day. How do they
But
solve?
if I should add this, my brother, and you're so right. But again, the stronghold of the corporation, the stronghold of the monarchy is built on the fact that the house slaves have been ensuring that information has been carried to the to the monarch.
MI6.
In a way,
You can say MI6.
in a way to sustain the system and keep it functional. And if you should have some of these people in some of these offices and whoever else they are getting at 20 cents here and there and a little an ice cream here and there, a little sex here and there, whatever else I give them as garbage. But to maintain the system, you would never get anything out of them except the fact that they are doing a great job to make sure that their masters are kept well and everything else is functioning. They don't care about their brothers or their sisters, neither will they care about the immigrant, which as you say 99.1%, they don't care about that. It is going right back to the fact that my benefits are secured and whatever we have to do to keep things running, we are going to do it. Now, would the monarchy have the kind of grasp it has on this territory if the house slaves were not in place? Hell no, it would not. And it set the system in a way that when the day is done, you can't go beyond it, above it, around it, because the house slaves make sure that it is maintained. I heard it said earlier that I think it was my beloved sister in VG who mentioned the whole fact about the house slaves maintaining the system, and it is absolutely true. It will never get better until people in general, house slave or field slave or whatever the hell we are, wake the hell up and realize that we need to fix it. It is gonna ever change. It's our business. Do they want it to change? That's another question.
Well, I am sure that they.
Can I share something?
Yes, sir.
I've got two quick stories. One of the past. King Khufu, the dollar, the US dollar, since it's the empire of the old that came, Mr. Babylon, right? The eagle, representing where they stole the concept from our ancient schools and ancient institutions, right? The dollar says Anu Septius, the city of Anu. Anu was called Ra or Amen. Yep. Now, the city of Septius, Khufu was the immigration officer who gave them in the time of the Caucasus Mountain. He was the one who lifted the ban to let them start to travel. And that is why it's on the US dollar bill. The US dollar bill is the template for all the other monies around the planet, including the United States Treasury. And the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller, they know these secrets too. Because the next story that ties into it is John Hanson. John Hanson is still a great Moor Maroon ancestry, great grand uncle. Dave Hanson, a Jamaican, is the last heir of John Hanson's empire, and he has been fighting for years. He's my cousin. And the next thing is we were called the Darastric. And the Darastric family was the Blackamoors.
Yeah, continue, Michael. Sorry about that.
Yeah, the Darastrics, otherwise known as the default Hanson. These were the original people who were the Blackamoors who ruled over all of these European empires. If you look at some of these ancient pictures, you see the Blackamoors in the background literally teaching these Caucasians in some of these ancient pictures. If even Buzzrock knows this, because Buzzrock studied about the pain at the university, because he knows of how we used to teach them, not the other way around. So all of Europa is actually a black woman, and they mixed into our bloodline, and then they say, who didn't rape, rob and steal and rape into our bloodline? So it was our seat. The Intercontinental Congress was before the League of Nations. The Intercontinental Congress controlled all 7 seas and all 7 continents. So technically, we control the postal service. We control the Navy intelligence, because the word marine is similar to Mars or marine, meaning it is out of the maroon
maritime.
That great that give you that training of how to be seafarers.
Hold on, Emperor. Hold on, Chief. We are joined again by radio analyst Joe Drack. Joe Drack is in Anegada. That's another place, Michael, that we need to go over there. It's where all the Conk and Richard Branson have all of that money locked up. Joe Drack, what's up with you? You're over by the governor's house reading the Commission of Inquiry result by yourself. You're so selfish, Joe Drack. How can you be so cruel? Have the government waiting on the result and you alone have it in Anegada reading. What's up, Joe Drack?
Well, me alone supposed to.
What was that, sir?
Yeah.
You got the report, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Now, Joe Jack, they're asking for the house to be dissolved. They're asking the said treatment in Turks and Caicos, but because the BVI didn't learn, they're going to be more harder on the government. They're planning to take away the government and put you down to fourth class citizens in your own country. Joe Jack, are you going to take this down, lying down, or are you going to fight like the wolves that you are with the club members?
God, I ain't with no club members.
Oh, okay.
I by myself.
Okay. I thought that true. You got some of the hurricane relief money and all of these things, Joe Jack. You would fight to the teeth for independence. But Jack, on a serious level, May is looking very cloudy for the British Virgin Islands politically. What are you hearing on the ground?
I ain't heard nothing on the ground. Just the people that want to know what's going on with the inquiry.
So you're not hearing no beans and spill? I went over and I have it here where they're saying that the Constitution is asked to be suspended until further notice. Dissolving of the House of Assembly. You're not hearing anything like that on the ground?
No, God.
Oh my God. Forget that Anegada is far from Tatola, and the laws over Anegada, Kenny, does not affect Tatola law. It's a different governance work over there, so I don't know. Jack sound like nothing is happening in the BVI. All of you crying wolf, not that sort happening.
No, but you know, my brother. Listen.
Anegada pass on, it's peaceful, so I can't hear nothing.
Anegada what?
That's what it is here. That is what it is here.
It is fast, I can't hear nothing what's going on.
Oh, Christ. The silence is...
That is what is happening here. You don't know what is going on. Nobody talks about them.
But Joe Jack, you were there. You were there when the ministers all confessed it to hijacking the registrar, Her Majesty's registrar, and they plead guilty. And now that the final results are in where they're going to get a beating, nobody is concerned about the beating that the territory is going to get, because they say that everybody is going to be blacklisted as to money laundering and these things. You're not concerned, Joe Jack?
Yeah, you have to be concerned once you live in here.
Mm-hmm.
You can't
Joe Jack, sound like you're scaling fish in the background, man. I know you're running a bar and everything, because you have to double work. I know you're making that resort money over there, Joe Jack, but you're far from the phone, very far, Joe Jack.
Yes,
I was what?
I was very far from the phone.
Sorry, I've been trying to get you early, but on a serious note, Sam and everybody is facing the reality that the BVI is going to get some form of repercussion, a man-made hurricane from the UK coming in May. And I know, Joe Jack, you love to brag when you come to the port. Say, I from here, and everybody got the back of the line so you can't come up front. All those privileges will be taken away, Joe Jack. Aren't you concerned?
Sam,
God, I say.
I am one person. I don't care who that's right now. I from here.
Okay. You hear that, Kenny? You heard that, Kenny? This man don't share that sentiment at all.
Nobody. I from here. We're here, but I don't do like people to say that I'm from here. Then they will trying to feed you from here. You're not from here.
So after pushing that flag and everything, you still have. So isn't it a united we stand, divided we fall stance now that the UK is coming out to be the big bad wolf? People ain't coming together to put aside their political differences and religious differences and defend the territory. Isn't it like that, Georgia?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, guy. Okay, and I see what's more.
Yes.
You have to let me put it this way. You have to make people feel comfortable and feel people comfortable to be part of you. Okay? Not when you're in war. Okay? That's all I have to say.
You can't treat people like crap and then Ukraine start getting bombed. You tell them you need to fight for them. Joe Jack, you don't mince your word. You do not mince your word. These are the sentiments that everybody is sharing, and this is the frightening part of the conversation, because after Hurricane Irma, I thought the British Virgin Islands had the entire planet feeling their pain. But over the period of time that they have maintained a bit of bounce back, they have treated everybody like SHIT. So there is no mercy in the room for the beating that they're about to get. Nobody's casting a blind eye at it. Am I to because
that's a sad thing, King, because when you look and you see that these people actually send these things here, and I actually have stuff for weather engineering where they can literally make clouds and hurricanes. They before this thing became a tropical depression, they were already talking about Category 5. How did they know it was going to be a Category 5?
Yes.
When this thing passed, they sent body bags only. They didn't come with water. They didn't come with relief funds. They didn't come with any of those things. Food, water, nothing. All they came with was a pile of body bags. I was right here in the BVI when Irma passed. Because when Irma passed, they thought that people here would have died. And that's why I say, we actually are the ones who stand above the elements.
Yes.
When the hurricane was coming, I was not afraid because I knew what was coming. I was told what was coming.
Yes.
I was shown what was going to happen.
Yes.
So when we went in and we shut our door, I asked and I told the ancestors, let the spirit stand by everything, including the door, that not even a scratch will come to us. Everyone around us got blows. We didn't get a thing.
Yes.
Not even our vehicle got a thing. Not a thing happened to us.
Yes.
So when you look at certain things and I tell people that you can literally tell the elements what to do for you, and they think that this is fun and games. No. This is something that I've lived all my life. If I need the ground to yield for me and to give me fruit from what I'm planting, I speak to it.
Yes.
If I need rain, I ask for it.
Yes.
If I need disaster, I ask for it the same way. But they sent this disaster here. And it was supposed to have been an open mouth which would have swallowed the BVI. Now, when these things happened, we were supposed to have come together in this place.
Yes.
But they said, okay, we have a problem because now the BVI is now coming together and speaking about one people.
Yes,
the Caribbean is coming together, they're hugging each other. So what are we going to do? They said, no, leave them. Remember, they're our house slaves.
Yes. Let them die.
Once they get comfortable and they go back to being able to eat and drink, then they will go back to murdering each other.
Yes.
As soon as that happens, they're going to, then you notice all the little division pockets started popping up. Again, how can you tell me that you're not going to take, and they're talking about born here and not born here. Majority of people here are either St. Lucians, Antiguans, people from different countries.
The melting pot of the Caribbean.
And let me also educate them.
Yes.
Everyone in the Caribbean, everyone came from relative tribes.
Yes.
When they brought us here, they dragged our forefathers over here. They made sure they separated us in order of, we know these people belong to those who actually deal with the elements. Send all of them to Haiti, send some to Dominica, some to Guyana, some to St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Then they took those that were more passive, and they dropped them in places like over here, Turks and Caicos. So they actually knew how they were dividing people at that time. They knew.
But I want to say something to also, because not all of us was captured. You know, I know Joe Jack for one.
No,
but some
were already here, because when Christopher Columbus came here, he found the
indigenous people.
Exact same things. Yes, the very same things that the so-called native, what they call native Indians were doing. The same spirituality was practiced in the Caribbean and Brazil as well.
I say this to say that if we ruled Spain for 900 years, that means that we weren't speaking only Twa and Swahili and these languages. Spanish was also in our vocabulary. But I don't want to dwell on that so much. I want to come to the point where Jackie was saying something, or Kenny, before I say anything.
No, I was
Kenny, you were saying something, Kenny?
No, I was actually enjoying the Queen's presentation. You know me.
Yes, I like it. Our Queen are very sharp, and that is one we're going to use. Welcome back, Etta and Maroon Michael. But Jack, on a serious note, you have rubbed shoulders with some of the movers and shakers. You saw the other day where the breaking down of Kedrick Pickering in public sight, begging for forgiveness. And asking for the people to give him another chance when they already went to England and got the governance letter in their hand 2 weeks ago when they went up. Do you think that the politicians can ever come clean with the people, Jack, or they will forever go down with the ship sinking and trying to hold up this nationalistic that we're all one at this appropriate time? Are they going to come clean?
God, I don't get too deep in the politics situation, man. I don't get into it. You know, I mean, I don't get into the talk much. Certain things I touch, certain things I leave, brother.
That's the said fear factor Etta just mentioned. Is people afraid? People really afraid to talk, man. People are really afraid to talk because politicians are public servants. And when you hear people like Joe Jack who has credentials when it comes on to these servants, because truth be told, it is through his bloodline that we have a territorial song bragging with right now. And if Joe Jack is intimidated by political servants, that means we're in a predicament then, Kenny.
Wait there, guys.
Yeah.
Let me step in there.
Yeah, step in there.
There was
Joe Jack, hold on. Etta go and defend you. Defend him, Etta.
I ain't defending Joe Jack.
Yeah.
You see, Joe Jack, them put politician in place. Put laws down in place that if you speak about a government, you could be charged. So that's why they can't say anything, because they tell the government.
Hold on, I never hear what you say. I never hear what you say a while ago.
The government put things in place in the same HHAO, whatever I want to call it.
House of Assembly.
Department.
Yeah.
That house, I say I'm calling him. That if the public speak out against any other household member, they will be charged.
That's a new law.
Why they put laws in place. That was a new law.
Yo, Kenny, no, anybody can verify that. Verify that.
Law to go in place?
No, verify that.
I'm not kidding you. I am not dying. That is a fact. That is a fact.
Hold on. Let me get this confirmation. Hold on, let me get this confirmation. PSI Radio, can you confirm any knowledge of that? Joe Jack, is that true?
You know that? PSI know that? That you can't speak about the government? It's in law. It's in law. That's why nobody can say anything in this country. Because the law has been put in place that if you speak about the government, you could be, it's there in the Gazette, it's there. You cannot speak, you can't call a name, you can't this, you can't that.
I've been burning fire and I'm going to keep burning fire. Them have to kick me out.
Okay? So now, I am not giving Joe Jack wrong for stepping on the right tread or stepping on the right color tread. He have to. He got tread. He got tread back. So it's good that he has. So if he gets pitched in the wrong place.
Etta, I respect. Joe Jack have a mouth. Joe Jack. Joe Jack is laughing like a rat. Joe Jack said, Joe Jack, talk to me, Joe Jack.
No, because I listen to my brain. I'm not a person afraid. And I'm not a person afraid, but I don't get into things that deep in things. Certain things I touch, something I leave.
That's my.
Jojak, the country
Yeah, the
is what you're supposed to be touching again.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
country leadership, for the last 12 years, Jojak, let me tell you something. They say we mustn't blame the V and we mustn't blame the N. You have to blame both of them because them ass put me in a barrel and the barrel rolling down the friggin' hill. I ain't afraid to, you know. If I don't want to fight, if I don't want to talk and I want to take slavery and get hang and choke off, I go cause that come wrong me. Yeah, I hit now. I think it's Navy Star because we got breed and blood in here.
No, I believe that the woman them go march before the man them, you know. I am confident. I am confident.
Well, here's the thing, though. Well, here's the thing, though. We don't have time to march anymore, you know. We're in war.
Yeah, a full-fledged war, this people.
All right.
Because Jojak, them think this is a joke when you hear
Jesus.
The woman kick you off her breast now. She kicked them off the breast. No more breast milk for them. No more breast. No more bloody breast
No,
clot
but I want
clot,
to... Jesus. Kenny, I want to confirm. Kenny, I want to confirm. Etta has just said that the intimidation tactics has gone up a notch in the House of Assembly, where you cannot speak freely on any of these selected members of Parliament. Is that any reality, Kenny?
If you have been following what is happening here, my brother,
Jesus,
a lot of acts and statutes have been passed.
Wow.
Which manage even that which is done online. So when it is done, you really need to, my beloved brother Jack is wise. He's wise as hell to know exactly what he's saying, because as somebody who is known here, imagine he doesn't know what the hell he's saying. He's right. I agree. So you're talking about the fear factor that has been created. Hell yes, it created a hell of a lot of fear. And only people that maybe me and you and Etta and everybody else here who don't have no sense and probably too stupid to even realize it might even come here to talk certain things.
No, but I'm saying that this is a little territory that has the likes of Myron V. Walwyn, you know, have the likes of Honorable Dancy of Penn. These are people who hold morality in a high status.
But my brother, even these people are themselves afraid. Don't you get it, my brother?
Oh yes, Bird's Eye actress and actresses.
These are understanding where we're coming from.
Them the same thing they cannot talk about. Them cannot listen. They can't
open them. They can't open them out. Them can't say shit.
But if they're not brave enough to open them out because they know the repercussions.
So hold on. My question is, right, seeing that they're not brave to take on the leadership, how then are they going to be brave to take on the crown or the governor? Because if they can't...
How brave will they be to run the very country they are striving to become government of?
But I thought that when Jojak or anybody there who have their belongership say I from here, it means they will die for what they have. They seem like they're running away, and they said that I was the run.
Everybody says in their ass, brother. You don't get it yet.
Jojak put some gel on the bread. Jojak put some gel on the bread. This bread can't eat like this. Toast bread. Continue.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Listen to me, guys. You see me?
They rule as cowards and they rule as bowed. If you notice these men, when they walk into a room and they're amongst these colonizers, you can literally see when these people are bowing. You can see their spirits literally prostrating. It is so sickening to watch. These are things that are happening. And these men don't rule out of bravery about, we're standing up for our people. No. They only have mouth and slavery when they have to turn back and bark at us. Not like they're going to fight, amongst us or they're one of us. They're not one of us. They have given away their souls. So I'm going to be that house slave that whips your niggas into place.
Let me add a little juice to that, my sister.
A little what? Some what? Your choice of words at this table is remnants of your. Continue, Kenny.
God. Well, Listen to me well. These politicians have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to save. You hear me? They can't mess that up. They can't mess that up.
Well,
children and posterities at stake, brother.
But you remember the last time Joe Jack just jumped off the line. Joe Jack, that's his son. Kareem Nelson is his son, very much in the club, and his daughter Ayana Hall. That's another club members who are affiliated. But I'm simply saying here, gentle people, that this sort of entrapment by our brothers and sisters, by their personal riches, because they're not wealthy, is putting everybody at risk now. We have a draconian government called the UK who is looking to capture, again for a better word, the British Virgin Islands. And as you hear, Joe Jack is scared to death.
It's not the water is not captured.
What is it?
The water is rebrand.
Oh,
Come on, it's rebrand. It done there's one already.
Oh yeah. A new coat of paint. A new coat of paint. I forget that they just painting over. Yeah, they just painting over about the vehicle. So what a thing. What a thing. This is serious, people. And it get more details, because in the week to come I will.
How you want me, Kenny, the young lady, give me her name, please, and everybody else on this line.
Yes.
How you want me to put our neck on the block for them when them don't kill us already?
Well, hold on. Before we go, I have to read this. It says in the piece that Cindy right here, she said, secondly, Governor, please inform the UK that we will not accept any suspension of our constitution. We will not take the appropriate step with those who are responsible. You, UK yourself, have been complicit in the action being carried out in this territory for decades. You have turned a blind eye. You are responsible for where we are at this moment. So here is an indigenous baby islander saying that even though it is her brothers and sisters who took the cookie out the cookie jar, it's because the UK have taught them how to take the cookie out the cookie jar, so they should not be held accountable. What's your say on that, people?
Hot air.
Hot air. Oh, Jesus Christ. They said they did the crime, but they said they did the crime, Kenny. But no, but they said they did the crime, but oh, Jesus Christ.
And let me tell you something, brother. They could say all they want now because it sounds nice and dandy, and we have all the the social skills to articulate bullshit. Let me tell you something. We need to get off the damn high horse we sit on and get real. We are the ones who spread the bedroom all the again. And I don't know if I could have pity on some of us. I can have pity on some of us. We spread the bed hard and lay down hard. How long has this been coming? It's been flashing in the distance for years. Yet all the way from here, I'm in charge. All the way from here. Now the bullshit hit me from. Who's gonna run to now?
Wow.
I don't sound good on this one. My only concern are the poor people of this territory who has nothing to do with nonsense, and now we have to put up with this bullshit to pay for it.
Cause they don't watch me. They say, "Oh, Eta, you do this. You walk in here." Body ass. If me not work, me going to go hunger. I have to get up sick or no sick. Cripple or no cripple.
And when you talk like this, they hate their ass because you're not supposed to speak common sense. You're supposed to be a jackass and not. When you speak like this, they don't like it. But hello, wait the hell up.
No, but I want to say that now that the Crown is going around doing house cleaning, you think that our people, as what the His Excellency Basra said, that we need to use this example to ask the Crown now to do some house cleaning for themselves? Because I believe all this mapping up of sewage is good, but there's a more sewage across the pond that need to map up.
Hold on, it don't hit the fan yet. It doesn't hit the fan as yet. Wait, may come in. You think it hit the fan yet?
I'm here.
Maze my butt, Manchelo.
Lord Jesus.
Listen, Maze my butt, Manchelo.
We're calling it Mayday.
I am making me happy.
We're calling it Mayday, because I hope that this venom reaches the necessary ears. We'll be here every single day, Monday to Friday, trying to get it out there, because these are the revelation that Etta, Kenny, the herbalist, and several other people try to reiterate for the last 10 years or more, but it has fallen on deaf ears. We have seen people died trying to get this fixed, baby born hoping to get this fixed, and of course grown folks don't want to get this fixed, but it is being fixed.
My brother Gadites, you will never be light for your position because your people reeling the nonsense. And number two, the governor knows exactly what he's doing by sitting on this thing until May. You don't know exactly what he's doing?
Diarrhea. I'm calling it the Mayday diarrhea.
Because they wanted to do the election, the quick, snappy election. So the governor is putting the screw right there.
Yes. Wow.
Putting the screw right there.
Wow, this is so embarrassing.
I don't do any election.
But
the governor going to drop the hammer. He going to listen.
That's exactly what the plan is. That's exactly what the plan is. And when it is done,
I thank the Holy Spirit. I thank everything that in me spiritual could tell me the answer before it happened. And I thank the mighties of almighties. You born me this way. Nobody can take it away. And me got freedom of speech.
No jokes. Absolute strategy play. It's an amazing chess game. I tell you what it plays for.
Hold on.
The sweetest pawn chess game.
Hold on. Maroon Michael, you hear the predicament our people are facing. I want you to put a global perspective on this before we wrap this up, because I believe that in the art of war, we have a lot of distraction, but we as Marooners use it to our benefits. Explain to our people a way forward, because this is going to unfold in the British Virgin Islands, and it's not just them alone. Other areas also being affected. Talk to us.
Yes, I am picking up someone that's sitting on the call, just reporting back to Slave Master.
Yeah, well,
so I have limited my speech because I know what is going on here. All I hear is going back in the past. I study futuristic science, so everything that I'm hearing, I don't like to spend too long in going backward. The only thing I need from the past is the past word, and I already know it. It's called Anu Ra Amen.
Anu Ra.
You understand? And when I start chanting that Anu Ra Amen, anything have to scatter.
Yes, sir.
So the thing is this: when we start chanting the the gates open. Now the persons who are listening in on this call, who think that they're going to get away with doing one more time again, reporting, we have some higher things coming in. If you think these Anunnakis and these ETs who are inside of my gene will allow the Asar that is in me to not be awakened, as the Lazarus, as the Phoenix, you make a sad mistake. I tell you, Marcus Garvey said he's more dangerous when he's after have the light, meaning that he come back as a whirlwind. But the whirlwind is many of us, the four winds. And the four winds that blow, they're standing from the center, looking from all directions. And we see and see because we are the seers that see into the future. 100 years from now, our children in the future will look back at this day and see how emotionally weak we were and disturbed. They will look at us and say we spent too much time talking about the past. The only thing we needed from the past was the past word. As how it says, in the beginning was the word. We all needed to find out what the word was and what language.
Can I interject, my brother, because yes, we're closing. But it must be said. This must be said. And while I support your position, I have no problems with you at all whatsoever. I think you're an amazing man. But when the day is done, a people or a man or woman can only define their way forward by understanding where the hell in the past they're coming from. So let us get that clear, my brother, with all respect to people who are going back in the past. The BVI requires such at this point. Hold on, let me finish, man. Let me finish. I respect you and I listen, but I need to make the point. The people of the BVI needs to go back into the past to assess what the hell was happening, where we're coming from, that moving forward we won't have a remorse with what is happening because we have created it.
Yes.
And we created.
You have to understand, Kenny. Kenny know the play field better than Maroon Michael, but he's talking from a global perspective. But you are correct, Kenny, where we always have to know the root of our problem to fix the branches that are not bearing fruit. So I do apologize for that lack of knowledge as far as that neck of the woods, but I think Maroon Michael was coming from an international perspective, and I do respect your point, Kenny.
I was coming.
Can I hear him?
Hold on.
I do not
Can I hear Michael?
Hold on. Let him finish.
I was about to take into all different directions.
Yes.
I do not let people assume what they think my direction of my conversation is going to be.
Yes.
The only reason why I started there is so that we don't waste time. We already know this. That's why we're in the closure.
Yes.
Everybody has known this. The veil is already lifted in the book of Revelation.
Yes, sir.
There's no one on this planet that can say they don't know what we are and what we're all about. It's only we trying to waste time trying to figure out what we're about. And that's where I'm going to take this conversation. Because I do not let no one interrupt my conversation as if they know where I'm going to go with the direction of my conversation.
Yes, sir.
The past is already obvious. We already have many documentaries. We have books, everything talking about our problems. The only books I don't see much of is how we create the solution. And there's two solutions that we have figured out here. How to sustain our economics, meaning control our industries, and how to have a better means of traveling around this planet on a sovereign documentations that take us globally.
Yes.
These are the two issues that is still at hand. And until our people wake up and understand that we have work to do when it comes to law, our people suffer for lack of knowledge. You think it's the knowledge of just one thing? It's the knowledge of law and order. We have not mastered law and order. And I'm not just talking the slave master law. I'm talking the law that was. We have not mastered the words and what etymology of these words that we're using. We keep talking, but we're not listening. And I don't let nobody talk as if they know where this direction is going.
No, but you seem to be taking this thing very personal.
No.
We're having a discussion.
Yes. Listen to me. Even in a discussion, there's two things happening. You have your individual views and you have your global views.
So now you need to respect the views of others, brother. Respect it.
That's your duty. I sit on this program and I listen to everybody talk. If somebody said it's my turn, let me talk. Don't interrupt.
All right.
I'm a diplomat. All right?
Yes.
So I don't play that back and forth with no one. Let me finish my speech and then you hold me accountable for
listen, Chief Gadites,
hold on.
My time has come to exit. Chief Gadites, my time has come to exit, and I think I have had an amazing time with you. Please have an amazing day, and to the rest of the panel, peace, honor.
Yes. Thank you, Kenny. That is Kenny exiting. Now, we're in the plot because I have to go to England right now. I have a meeting over there. But of course, if lions can't roar, Kenny has jumped off the line.
Excuse me. I would like to hear Michael's conversation.
Yes.
We interrupting him.
I'm sorry.
And
Michael.
when you break somebody, conservation is bad. It's a bad. So let me get.
I apologize
for everybody.
Michael.
I apologize to everybody, Michael.
Peace and love. I listen to everybody.
You're very powerful spiritually. I am getting at you. So let me hear you.
Time.
Yes.
For the essence of time. For the essence of time.
Yes, let me hear you.
It's time that our people have been lacking. So the thing is this, once we have those things sorted out, the reason why I was talking about Kufu and President John Hanson is to lead up to all of these mistakes. We have to know where the mistake started from.
Yes.
A lot of time people say we want to go back in the past. The reason why I said the password, we had to find out who shared the first password with the others. So Kufu was the one who gave them our password and let them through the gate. And then from there, you have others who did it too. Even my great-great-granduncle made a mistake and helped the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller. So I have to show you where the mistakes is. When people say, how did we fail? We fell because we were so very loving. We have the Martin Luther King syndrome. We want to love everybody. You can't love everybody. You have to love yourself first. And if you don't love yourself first, nobody else won't give you no respect. This is what is happening. The people are seeing that we don't love ourselves, and that's why they treat us the way. You know what a white policeman said to me? He said the reason why he shoot first and ask question after is because he see how we treat each other. He said he has no right. He said he could have put his hand somewhere else, but he had to put his hand on the gun. Because whether he's racist or not, he still has to put his hand on the gun because he don't know what the outcome gonna be. So whichever way he used that as the excuse to shoot you, because he said you are killing yourself too, so I might as well see if I shoot first. Because I'm not waiting for you to kill me. Yes. And that's just natural survival instinct. Right. You understand? So until our people wake up and stop talking about the slave master, the slave master is doing what Mother Nature is creating. He's an animal. Yes. So an animal, don't expect an animal to do things outside of being an animal. You understand? Yes. We need to come out of these little children mindset and go into a more supreme mindset. You understand? And start and step way beyond the time space, outside even the five senses that we're using, and start tapping into some telepathics. Sometimes we need to spend time in silence. If you spend time in silence, you'll be surprised how much you become a transmitter and a receiver of universal intelligence. There's a lot of things that come to me in my dreams. In my dreams, every morning, I see things in my dream. Like, there are people I observe in my dream. I've never seen them before, but when I look at them in the dream, it's as if I know them from somewhere, some other time. This is the day and time. If you are in ruckus and chaos inside yourself, you're not going to hear when the voice speaks. Your inner being activates the gene book. You are the book of Eli. You are the book of the Most High. It's already in your gene. The kingdom of God is already in you. So if you listen and pay attention, it's only two things. And anybody don't think it's joke. I mean, it's only two things. Can you get up and just leave like a white person and travel anywhere on this planet without having to go through some process? They can get up anytime and go on vacation. We are the only race that cannot get up. We have to think 50 at a time, hesitate, sometimes hesitation coming a million times before we even, and we change our mind by the time we even finish. Man, I can't be bothered, man, because this won't take a whole paperwork. I'm going to have to write this name for facility. By the time you finish thinking, you change your mind. You don't even want to bother go after anymore. So these are the day and time. We need to get out of this little challenge and look at what the real issue. The real issue is that we need to start harnessing all these people who have talents, because this obviously is not for everybody. Yes. So you're going to get the smart one. You think this pandemic wasn't endorsed by the Most High also? The Most High wanted to get rid of the weak ones then. So I make sure the deep man works and get vampires and fear of we go over and whip them up with a vaccine. And the whole owner going to line up feet because the dummy want them all take it first. So some people need to go for others to live. Yes, sir. Everybody want to go to heaven, or everybody want heaven on earth, but nobody want to die. Yeah. I don't understand what the hell is going on here. Nobody wants to study the butterfly. Nobody wants to study the everybody talking the talk, and nobody studies nature. In nature, it is a whole book. As above, so below. As inside of you, as outside of you. If you want to know what death is, study the caterpillar. It is as simple as that. Energy never dies. Never dies. It's on a different form, and it either revolve or it evolves. Whichever way. I don't mean to cut you, but could you wrap up? Because I have to go to England, and I don't want to cut you off abruptly, so I'll let you. Yeah, man, do your thing. Essence of time. I understand. Essence of time. Yes. One love. So, thank you so much, Michael. Herbalist, I don't know if you want to put your 5 second in. Etta, any 5 second herbalist. Where do we go from here? I'll give you a minute to drop in your words of comfort.
Well, we as a people, need to come together. We need to make sure that we are connected spiritually. And if the spirit is not connected to the soul dies. So we have to make sure that we are putting each other in the same step that we would want each other to put ourselves. If you fight for your brother the way you fight for yourself, there's no way that you can lose. Unity is the way that we do this thing. But I hear people talking about, well, let everyone unite and so forth. It's not everyone who is of the same mind. You cannot come together with a bunch of people who are confused or in different chaos or split by different realms. You have to make sure that those persons who are coming together are the exact same thing. Because if you go on a battlefield to fight a war, and these people are of different minds, you will die because the enemy will watch how divided you are, and they will know exactly how to kill and to wipe everyone out.
Yes.
So let us do a lot of spiritual work. Let us connect with our ancestors, because there's a lot of information they want to give us, and we're not privileged to actually receiving it because we're not in tune with nature.
I wanna thank you so much. Etta, last but not least, Etta, you have always been a spiritual leader, you know what I mean? And today was nothing more than epic. It shows the good, the bad, the indifference. It shows the greatness in our people. And it shows that we're very conscious, we're very open-minded. We are at a crossroad where nobody can come out and say they haven't been told, they haven't been awakened. So last but not least, Etta, your word of comfort.
My word of comfort was, I'm going back to my working days tragedy. I work with some guys back in the days, and the guys used to say, boy, me coming to help. We like the problems we're facing in this department, but they never want to go and fight for the rights. Never. They complain, they grumble, they fuss, they in pain, they're frustrated, they affect the home, they affect the life, they affect makeup, and they never make the step to say, let me make the change. And when I used to be spiritual and say, you know what, I am going to make that change, right? And did it. Then they ride and they piggyback off of that change and felt good.
Yes.
Katola, BVI, get up off of your piggyback riding and ride on your own wave and make this place stand firm. Done.
Thank you so much. People, one aim, one God, one destiny, you know. Right now, it was a joy having Maroon Michael, of course the herbalist, of course, you know, Etta the High Chief, and of course Kenny and Joe Drac, the whole Sister Ayata. We are uniting whether or not we like it or not, because we're facing one common enemy, and that is the injustice of our people. So I said we shall avail, you know, because united we stand, divided we fall. Thank you so much, people. Yours truly, Rascadite inside the building, and you know, I just want to say once again that join us tomorrow morning from 10 until 2. Yes, we went over a bit, but you know, we have to do this thing big and serious. From 10 until 2, we're here every single day, Monday to Tuesday, and we try to find out what the solution we can bring. The British Virgin Islands is in the heat of the matter right now. It seems as if too late may be their cry, but that is just something that, you know, we will have to see what's going on. There's a lot of people joining us online. Please listen to the rebroadcast of the program. I'm going to leave you with this one by Sister Joyce.
Don't let too late be your cry. I feel like expressing myself, and there's no better way to do it like true calypso. True calypso. People asking me what I coming with for we 50th anniversary. I tell them I ain't touching nothing political, but the balling is so brutal, cause things get more crucial. I had to take back me chat and plan us with leaders as usual. Oh yeah. Even the blind can read the content of our story. about the same old issues affecting us here in Fiji. So I don't care who say I love run me mouth. When mouth open, so we jump out. Not for 14 body, now saying he's sleeping more than Ralphie. Oh yeah. But the cow never know the value of its tail till the butcher man chop it off. Then too late shall be your cry. Now the pressure bust pipe, you realize NDP cheating us like an unwanted pregnancy. Too late shall be your cry. I miss a take the beam out your eye, or too late will always be your cry. Mama, oh. Don't let too late be your cry. I feel like speaking me mind, and there's no better way to do it like true calypso. True calypso. It is our fundamental rights to stand firm and fight for better progress in our society. No more must we be victimized. Wash party out your eyes. Then you'll see that no matter who we put in power, as they done say, so help me God, it's the same scampish behavior. Oh yes. Look at the crosses that reach our elderly. They couldn't get groceries because the government or shop owners money. So I don't care who say I love run me mouth. Ain't no fabricated story I singing about.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders and boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
What a crying shame.